What's up? You're rolling with another episode of Jits and Tits.
Damn!
The Jitsandtitspodcast is brought to you by B.Remy Fit, the premier online training outlet for combat sports athletes. And after you get done training with Brandon Remy and your body's all banged up and need to heal, we're also brought to you by Island Kava, Long Island's first and only kava bar, serving exotic teas and relaxing elixirs that will help you recover after an intense training session. We're also brought to you by Rapid Restore, Long Island's leading restoration company, specializing in water damage, fire damage, and mold remediation. And the handsome man that will come up to clean up your mess, Ronnie Longlegs of Rapid Restore. What's up, boys?
What's up, boys?
Going down.
Yeah, I'm still pretty shocked. You hit that remediation word.
That was good. That was real good.
I don't know why you're shocked. This is what I do, bro. I'm a fucking professional.
I know, but hey, you complimented yourself last time.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, I hit that.
Yeah, so you shouldn't have complimented him again.
Hater. Obviously, we know that's Nick, the hater.
Hate.
Right? I mean, come on. I got to live up to my name, bro.
Everybody's here. The boys are back in town.
Yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about today.
Yep.
Getting snowed in at Island Kava.
Yeah.
Another snowstorm.
Dude, I just want to start off by saying that I had nightmares about how Frankie Edgar got knocked out last night.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
It was pretty ugly. Is Sean still upset? Sean, you okay? Did you recover from last night?
Nah,
Yeah.
Sean.
So was like, no!
Yeah, dude. Sean was upset, bro.
I told Sean, I'm like, yo, Sandhagen's knocking boy out.
Oh, you said that
I didn't
before?
think that was gonna happen, but man, that knee was devastating, bro.
That's the first time me and Ronnie have agreed on a fight.
Oh!
See what happens when you agree?
Yeah.
Yo, if you pick Holloway next time he fights, you and Ronnie will be agreeing on the fight.
You know what else we agree on? I fucking crushed remediation.
Facts.
That's very true.
Yeah, man, I think it might be time for Frankie Edgar to hang up those gloves. What
He
do
had
you
a
guys
good.
think?
He had a good last fight. Like that's why he got this fight. He showed out last time, but I think he's hanging up.
Yeah.
Time to
Yeah, the
hang
guy's
up.
39 years old, been in fucking plenty of wars. You know, it's like how much more knockouts can this guy take?
Speaking of knockouts, bare knuckle the other night.
Hold on. With Frankie Edgar, in my opinion, he's the only guy who's had 4 fights in 2. Both those Gray Maynard fights, he basically lost in the first round. Like, you could make an argument in both those fights that the fight should have been stopped. Like, the fight was over.
Oh, yeah.
Should have been stopped, and then he came back and won the rematch in the same
back.
goddamn night. Like,
Yeah.
He's had been in more wars, I think, than anybody else on that
Well,
roster.
Sean said last night that Frankie Edgar has like the most
Like, absorbed. I think, too.
cage time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he's like finishing people in the first round, second round, taking little damage. Like he's going to war for 5 rounds.
Yeah, that shit takes a toll on you.
Fuck yeah,
Those
dude.
I mean-
those 2 fights with Gray Maynard was never the same after those fights.
Gray
Ever.
Maynard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gray,
really?
That was, so it was when Frankie fought Gray, it was a title fight. That first one, he beat the brakes off Frankie in the first round so bad. It was insane. And Frankie came back, and they fought to a draw. Then they rematched, and that was the same thing.
It was a trilogy, right? There was 3 fights.
They had fought, yeah, it was, but only the 2 were for the title. They had fought once before when they were both non-title fights, and Gray beat him. And then he beat the shit out of Frankie when he was the champ in that first round. Frankie came back, and that fight was a draw. Then they ran it back. Gray beat the shit out of him again bad, and then Frankie KO'd him in the 4th round. But those 2 fights were insane. And the Gray Maynard was never the same. You never heard of Gray Maynard again after that, really. Like,
No, you haven't. But I'm sure Frankie wasn't the same either. I mean, I know he's still fighting, but
he stayed champ after that.
that brain has to be suspect,
Oh,
bro.
dude, he's had some fucking
Mashed
wars.
potatoes.
Yeah, dude, serious. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could only take so much damage before it starts to really compromise the way you live and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like,
Right?
at what point is it, like, not worth it anymore? You know?
Right.
I don't know how much money he's making, you
He's
know.
made a lot.
Is he?
He's made a lot of money.
But, like, what's a lot?
More than you and I are ever going to make, probably.
Yeah, but, like, is that worth your health? Like, you know, like, not being able to, like, literally just live a day-to-day life.
For some people, it is though. Like,
No,
look at
I
how many
understand.
people have been there. Like they were at the top of their game. They get knocked out once. They don't take that 6-8 months to recover. They come back. They get knocked out 3-4 times in a row. They're still making this. Maybe not the same, but they're making close to the same money. And you gotta look like it might be worth it to them.
No, yeah, 100%. It's crazy to think about that. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the documentary on Netflix with Ronnie Coleman.
Oh, dude,
I heard that's amazing.
great
that's not even-
documentary.
His brain's not compromised, though.
No,
It's his body.
No,
but yeah.
exactly. But I
That's
mean,
so
it's the
sad.
same kind of thing.
I
like,
don't know, man. That, like, having your brain compromised, I think, is worse than having.
Dude, the
You
guy
think
can't
so?
walk without like.
You see, he's got,
I know,
But that's the
but
thing.
he's
It's
still
crutches
functional.
almost.
his brain still works. He can still have a conversation. And like the other thing is too.
Yeah, I'd rather my body fall apart before my brain.
Me too.
Yeah?
And
Yeah,
the other
100%.
thing is,
Well, you're
like
not.
with
They're like.
I'm
Mentally.
not sure.
with Frankie. We don't know.
Well,
You don't know what his. You don't know what his brain is.
Yeah,
Gonna
your
react
brain
with.
fell apart a long time
Right,
ago.
yeah,
Remy.
like you don't know where Frankie is mentally,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, like look at Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem's been knocked out more than any other fighter that I can think of. He's been knocked out
Nope.
so many
I have
goddamn
one.
times.
John Potts.
Oh.
Who?
Damn.
But yo, Overeem is like 41 years old. He's been knocked out more times than any fighter I can even think of.
Yeah.
Can somebody Google how many times he's been KO'd? It's insane.
On
Between kickboxing and MMA, he's been knocked out a ton of times, and he's still fine. So
Well, we think he's fine, but is
Right
he?
now he
is he waking up with headaches every morning? Does he
Yeah.
have memory loss?
right,
you know,
right.
like we don't know what his day-to-day life consists
Right.
of.
you're right.
So,
But the fact that he's still fighting, to me, and when you hear him talk, says something.
yeah, it's true.
So he might be all right. You know, some people get beat up like that and don't wear the damage. I think it's a genetic thing where it's
Yeah.
like you look at
it's like anything. It's different person to person.
yeah, but like you look at Stipe, that guy already sounds like a marble mouth, and I love Stipe, but he's hard to listen to at times. And
Yeah.
I feel like he's already showing signs of damage.
I love him though, man. When
I
he
love
won,
him too.
When he won that belt, he got that belt. Next day, he was back in his fire station doing a 12-hour shift, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he's the man.
shit don't change for him. You
I
got to
love that guy, and I think it's a shame to see that he kind of looks like he's already
on the way out.
on some signs of damage.
I got the knockout stats.
What is it? How many times he's been knocked out and TKO'd? What's the damage?
It says in his last 11 defeats, he's been knocked out 11 times and 14 times overall in his MMA career. I don't think that considers.
That's not even counting
That's not even
kickboxing.
counting kickboxing. That's
'Cause he had
strictly
a-
UFC, right?
Yeah, he had a long K1
K1.
career where he got knocked out a lot
Damn.
too. You're talking he's probably been knocked out like 25 times.
Yeah, that's crazy,
That's
dude.
insane.
Yeah. What is that doing to your brain?
That's like one fucking 1 hour jiu-jitsu class for me.
Don't they say like a car accident? Don't they compare like being knocked out to a car accident, or am I thinking about something different?
You're thinking about the NFL. They say like every time these
They
guys
get
get
hit.
hit and tackled, it's like the equivalent of a fucking car accident.
That's crazy.
That's crazy too.
Oh man.
Yo, but going back to Rodney Coleman or whatever his name is, dude, that documentary. If you
was
haven't,
great.
if you haven't seen it, watch it. The craziest thing that I took away from that documentary was his regret.
Yeah.
The only thing that man regretted was not squatting 800 pounds more times.
Yeah.
That's fucking dedication.
That's
right there.
fucking dedication, dude.
Yeah.
That's his only regret. And what was it? Jay Cutler was the other
Jay
guy.
Cutler, yeah.
He's like, dude, you can't feel bad for the guy.
Yo.
You can't feel bad that he's in the situation he's in now because his only regret.
It was not
Yeah,
doing
he
more.
chose it.
Yeah.
He chose
Yeah.
it. Well,
Yeah.
think about you and I, Nick. You and I have been training for. I've been training for 14 years.
Yeah.
You're like what, 18,
19.
19. Luigi, you got to be similar, 14 years.
Terrence, you're
Right.
at 3 hours.
Dude, think about it.
Yes, 3.
But think
6
about your
hours.
body right now. Like
Oh,
my
yeah.
body's fucking pretty beat up,
Yeah.
and I don't regret a single fucking thing. I would never
Absolutely.
trade. My shoulder's fucked. I know I'm gonna have to probably have my shoulder reconstructed within the next 10 years.
Yeah.
100%. I have. What'd you say?
Remy Fit.
Oh, but I've definitely had multiple concussions. I've broken almost every bone in my body,
Yeah.
but I don't regret a single fucking thing. And I'm probably when I'm in my 50s.
You're going to
Shit,
feel it.
even in my 40s, I'm gonna be feeling it, and I'm gonna be wearing it, but I don't regret a single fucking thing.
No.
Damn.
You ever get those, like, if you go away for a week or you stop training for a week and your body feels good and you're just like, what the fuck is this feeling? You ever get that?
That was me the last 3 weeks. You know, I took when I fucked my shoulder up, I took 3 weeks off, and I remember waking up and being like, "Oh, this is what normal feels like
Yeah.
to most people." You know, like the
Mhm.
day I don't wake up fucking sore and like, ugh, it seems strange. And I was saying to Nick, just like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, my body feels great.
Yeah.
I have like energy. I'm not waking up all fucked up. I'm like, it's kind of nice, but
Yeah.
it's foreign. In the beginning, the first 2 days, I was like, what is this feeling? I feel great. Why
Yeah.
do I feel so good?
I got an old neighbor, though. He's like 77 years old, and he said the key to living long, though, is keep moving.
100%.
So I'll take the aches and pains, waking up stiff, fingers, arthritis in my fingers, to live a fucking long ass life,
I thought you were
bro.
gonna say fingers something else.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Oil check.
Fingers in my ass. Yeah.
That's gonna be my when I see, like, when I'm in my 70s, if I ever make it there, if I see some young kid, that's gonna be my advice. But
What, fingers in the ass or
yeah,
keep moving?
No, fingers in the ass.
Oh.
For longevity.
Keep moving the finger in the ass. But we got a guy, you might have met him, Sop. Dude, old Chinese guy or Asian guy. I don't know what exactly he is, but he's been training for fucking ever. Goes to like IBJJF, wins all the tournaments. Dude, I roll with him. I haven't rolled with him in a while because of all the Corona shit, but he went to me one day. He goes, "You want to know the key to living long and training all your life?" He goes, "Fuck a lot and eat fast food."
Eat fast food.
That was his. Those were his two. His two life advice things.
I like to
Is
fuck
that how you're living your
fuck
life?
a lot and eat fast food.
I like fucking,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I haven't had fast food in years, dude.
Dude,
I stay away from that shit.
Your
Alex-
days are numbered.
Yeah, nice knowing you, kid.
Alex Spiro, who we train with, who's a fucking gangster, he turns 50 this month. I remember like five to 7 years ago saying like, yo, dude, I want to still be like you when I'm your age moving around. He's still an animal, still jacked. And he's like, dude, the trick is to just never stop. He's like, you can't stop. He's like,
Yeah.
especially as you get older, if you stop, it's harder to get back. As you get older, if you get out of shape, it's way harder to get into shape.
Yeah, and if you look at it like a car too, you have a car, man. You drive that car all the time. Things stay lubricated. Things stay fucking oiled up. You stop using that car, it sits for 2 years. Shit starts rusting, and the same for your body, man. Like people retire, and that's it. They sit in the recliner, they watch TV all day.
If you don't move it, you lose it.
I saw a documentary years ago where it was talking about that, and like what you were saying, keep going and keep moving is the key to like longevity. There's a lot of people that they retire and then they die shortly after because their life has no purpose anymore.
Right.
So like you can't stop. Like if you're gonna retire from work, you better have a passion that you're still pursuing because
Or
otherwise
tinker, or fucking
Yeah,
tinker.
Yeah,
do
some kind of
shit.
hobby.
Yeah.
your life becomes devoid of meaning, and now you're not doing anything anymore. You become sedentary and you die very quickly.
And isn't that crazy that our 9 to 5 kind of gives us purpose day to day? Like
Well,
we
it
hate our
does.
9 to 5. We wake up, we hate going to work.
But it
We
gives
hate
you
being.
something to
It
do.
gives you something. It
Well,
gives you
Yeah,
a
accountability.
purpose.
It keeps you going.
Yeah.
Think about if you do a staycation, right, where you take like a vacation, everybody else you know is at work. Like the first 2 days are great. After that, you're losing your fucking mind
Yeah.
because you have nothing to do.
Yep.
And it's funny because I was just having this discussion last night with Alexa. She has family members with like a history of depression and shit like that. And I was saying, I feel like that a lot of stuff comes out of like people that haven't really found their purpose yet. It's like it's easy to slip into depression if you feel like your life doesn't have a purpose. If you haven't like found the thing worth waking up every day and dealing with like some of the just like the human condition, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Of course you're going to be depressed. You kind of have to find a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was like that till I was probably 20 years old until I like figured my life out. I would sleep till 5 o'clock every day. I was doing nothing and I was fucking depressed.
It's hard though. People that have depression, it's a chemical imbalance.
I'm not saying that
even finding that hobby or that passion or that purpose, it's hard to battle that chemical
You
imbalance.
have like
Absolutely.
no energy to do anything.
But
you don't even want to.
if you find that purpose, it definitely makes it way more manageable.
Yeah.
something
Like,
worth living for.
yeah, like I think I'm proof of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I remember my father used to always tell me that, like, you have a chemical imbalance, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And he's probably right. But the fact that I found something, you know, I was able to kind of figure it out. And I'm not trying to minimize depression, things like that. But if you do find that purpose, I feel like it makes that battle, it tips the scales in your favor more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that like specifically with depression, I feel like it's like it's a two-part like equation. Like you have the physical and the mental. So like mental being like physical being like the actual physical imbalance, like you said, of the chemicals, and then the mental kind of like what Dave's talking about, like of like just willing to get better. Like, you know, like you can't really do one or the other. Like and like one kind of like it's like the yin and the yang.
One complements the other. You need
exactly.
both parts.
Yeah.
You need both parts, and like it's hard because most people only go after the one part.
Right.
You know, like they want to get better, but they don't actually try and get better. You
Yep.
know, or in the vice versa, like they use that as like an excuse for everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
like
on the flip side of that too, I realized this probably 5-6 years ago. The cure can become the disease too. Like for me, I realized that kind of jujitsu and shit like that was like my like way to run from shit at times. Like I kind of just like convinced myself that I figured everything out, and I didn't. Because I just immersed myself in like jujitsu and shit like that because I loved it, and it was like, oh, I'm good because all those like things wouldn't come up day to day because I would just basically go train and not have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So eventually it'll come back to you. It's gonna force you to deal with it one way or another. And I kind of learned that lesson. I was like, oh man, maybe jujitsu is great and everything, but it almost becomes a crutch in a way, like to not have to deal with shit. And eventually it's going to come back and get you. So there's got to be, like Remy said, there's got to be a balance. You got to deal with it, but you also have to have something that makes it easier to deal with. You can't have the thing that helps become the thing that lets you ignore it and never deal with it.
Yeah, and this is like my favorite quote by Jim Carrey. He said it perfectly. He's like, I believe depression is legitimate, but I also believe that if you don't exercise, eat nutritious food, get sunlight, get enough sleep, and consume positive material, you're not giving yourself a fighting chance.
And get a big, giant truck.
Yeah.
No,
a blowjob in the truck.
I've heard that too.
I heard sunlight's huge.
Yeah, because it's easy to fall into depression when you're not doing anything with your life.
I think sunlight's a big thing because when guys get hurt, like I noticed like other guys that have been hurt were reaching out to me and like seeing how I was doing because they were there. Because you get depressed, you feel like you're like a loser, like you're just sitting there, you can't even fucking move, and like you were so active, and like people were depending on you every day, and now you just sit there like watching TV, like hoping your body heals up. But I heard that sunlight's a big, like the vitamin D from that, like that could really cause you to be depressed because you're just sitting on the couch, you're not getting outside, you're not even getting changed.
Well, if you think about like people, they think about seasonal depression, which is it's a
real thing.
It's a real thing. We get more depressed or feel bad in the winter because of the lack of sunlight, because people aren't going out and getting like the real proper sunlight that you should be getting. Like your skin is supposed to be exposed to sunlight daily, every single day. And like how many people do you know that do that? Like,
do you get the same benefits from like just taking like a vitamin D pill? Like with that? No, like you need the sunlight.
Yeah, because you can't put sunlight in a pill.
Yeah.
It's not possible. Like we have vitamin D3 that we have that is a quote unquote supplement, but it's not the same thing. Like you gotta. It's like taking supplements. Are you gonna just take protein shakes and carbohydrate replacements and meal replacements instead of eating food?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like you need to eat food just like you need to get the real sun. And specifically if you're really concerned with your vitamin D levels and all that, you should be out in the sun the first hour after sunrise, and then the last hour of before sunset. So
I thought they also said too something about like wearing sunglasses is bad, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I actually personally I haven't worn sunglasses in 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, I'm going on. This will be my 4th summer.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, but where you got all those fucking wrinkles from? Squints McGee? Because I do. I fucking, dude, light eyes, I'm like this in the sun all the time, squinting and shit. Like I got all these wrinkles on my fucking forehead from squinting my whole life.
No, but so you'd be surprised. Like you actually get used to it. Like you don't, I can see just as good in the sun now without wearing sunglasses. Like, I don't feel the need to put sunglasses on because I've kind of built myself used to that,
Yeah. Even when you're like driving down the expressway and you go over that hill and the fucking sun's right there. It doesn't.
I mean, every once in a while, like that one thing, and like I'll keep I have a pair of sunglasses in my car just for that reason. Because, like, I mean, it's like kind of a safety thing.
But you haven't worn them, though. You said you haven't worn them in 3 years. Now you're telling me that you got a backup pair of sunglasses.
I didn't mean to bring it up like that way. I was just curious. Like, because, dude, that shit hits sometimes in the morning. You're like, holy fuck.
And everybody on the highways fucking hitting their brakes like there's an accident.
You can't.
I didn't know if that would affect you.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I think I've worn them, once or twice in the last, 3 years.
Situational wearing.
Right. Like, but I don't put them on daily. Like, I don't put them on when I'm at the beach. Like, I don't put them on when I'm fishing, nothing. And so what you were saying before with the sunlight going through your eyes, like, the sunlight going through your eyes, specifically through the retina, it actually helps purify the blood. So it's like a cleansing thing also. So
that's
it's
awesome.
it's not just like the vitamin D. You're getting like a bunch of sunlight. Like sunlight is a bunch of, it's like the natural superfood.
So get those sun rays on a daily.
I don't know about
daily.
you fucking brown-eyed devils, but I can't see shit.
I don't got brown eyes.
No, blue eyes are more
I got fucking
susceptible to
hazel,
like damage
bitch,
from the
get it
sun.
right.
And from like welding, flash burn, like people with blue eyes, they get it like instantly. Like if they don't have a shield on, or I'm welding and they're there, they're like, "Oh, dude, I'm not gonna be able to see."
You're not supposed to look into the fucking.
No, but if we're working in the same room and like I strike up and you're just like talking to somebody and you're looking at it, you have to look at it for like 30 seconds or whatever. But you get like sunburn on your eyes to the point where like you can't open them and you feel like people are pouring sand in it, and there's nothing they could do for you except wait.
Yo, I had that the first time I ever welded because I didn't realize you got to fucking flip the mask down and shit like that. And I'm like watching other people weld
like
without my mask on.
That's probably why you're blind, dude.
No, I mean maybe one of the reasons. But dude, that shit's no joke. Like I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning, like what the fuck is wrong with me?
Oh
Like
man,
it was so much pain just from that, like whatever it was, that welder's eye.
yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking bananas. Yo, so we were watching the bare knuckle fights the other night on Friday night. Ronnie and I had a little like debate. What do you think? You think MMA fighters get more of a beating or long term like damage, or do you think these bare knuckle fighters do?
MMA fighters take significantly less brain trauma than boxers do.
Wow.
But
No,
the
no,
wear
no,
and
no,
tear
no,
on
no,
your
no, bare
joints, like
knuckle.
overall your body.
Straight bare
You
knuckle?
said MMA for sure.
MMA fighters take significantly less
Oh, I'm sorry.
brain trauma than boxers, 100%. Physically on your whole body, I don't know, but significantly less brain trauma.
We're talking
100%.
boxers or bare knuckle?
Yeah, I was talking specifically bare knuckle, like from the fights that night.
Yeah,
Like,
because you got to think, boxing, whether it's bare knuckle boxing or regular, with gloves, there's only one way to win a fight. It's punching each other in the head and to the body, like,
right.
and then if you get knocked down, you may be concussed right there, but you have 10 seconds to get back up and continue to get your head smashed. With MMA, you get dropped, the fight can follow to the ground and they can finish you, or you could lose a fight without even being hit by getting submitted. So you don't get that 10 count because it follows you to the ground. So you generally in MMA, if you get knocked down and concussed, it's probably more likely to be finished quicker there than in a boxing match where you can get knocked down multiple times, get 10 seconds to recover, and continue to get your head bashed.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Yeah, but you got to take into factor what fucking Sandhagen did last night. Knees to the dome, kicks to the dome, barefoot to the fucking head.
Yeah,
brain
but
trauma.
it's over right there.
It's the same. Yeah, but
Yeah,
you only get punched in boxing.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if we're boxing and I get knocked down and I get concussed right
your
there,
brain, yep.
I get 10 seconds. And if I can get back up and recover somewhat and get back into the fight, and that's round number 2, there's still 10 more rounds for me if I survive to continue to get my head smashed.
Yeah, but they'd stop it just as they would stop an MMA.
No, they
Well,
don't.
no.
they don't.
I kind of see where D-Rock's going now, and I agree with you because like you get knocked down, you get 10 count, you get back up in 7, right? Your brain is still scrambled, those eggs are still scrambled, and then you finish the round off getting jabbed, getting softer Tuesday. That shit is just constantly getting scrambled.
You
The
may have
shit's-
10 more rounds of fucking brain trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Whereas
look at Muhammad Ali. He had he didn't suffer like a ton of knockouts in his career, or even knockdowns, but like just repetitive punches to the head.
Yeah.
He ended up with like Parkinson's.
There's a lot of MMA fights that are very grapple heavy. You know what I mean? You might not take as much damage to the brain specifically.
Yeah.
You know what I
Or
mean?
somebody who is more of a grappler, like a Ben Askren, right? Over in what did he fight in?
Bellator and ONE FC.
Yeah, ONE FC. I think he took like little damage in like 5 fights before coming to the UFC.
They did a study about this. There was a study that showed that the brain trauma is significantly worse in boxing for that reason because it's the only path to victory.
Yeah, you're right.
It makes sense. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
definitely makes
Yeah.
I just thought MMA is all over. Kicks, body, liver, fucking rib cage, legs. Like you're taking damage all over. But specific brain damage, definitely boxing.
Yeah, cumulatively on your body, I think MMA is definitely worse. But
To the brain, it's
to the
boxing
brain,
and
yeah,
bare
it's
knuckle.
boxing because, you can get kicked in your head and KO'd, but you're not. You kick somebody in the head, it knocks them down, you finish them off with 2 or 3 punches.
Right.
The fight's over. You
Yeah.
don't get a 10 count.
Yep.
And then you don't have 10 more rounds. Most of the longest fight in MMA is 5 rounds.
Yeah.
So there's less time for the strikes to accumulate, and there's more paths to victory, and it gets stopped quicker.
Yeah. That
And in boxing, like there's been deaths.
yeah,
actually.
there has
there
been.
been a death in the UFC?
Not in the UFC, no.
right?
There
Not
has
even.
been in MMA, but not in the UFC.
That first girl fight though on the bare knuckle card.
Yeah,
that was
a brawl.
that was a fucking battle, dude. And then the
good
main
fight.
event was
trash.
yeah.
Stayed up all night for
Yeah,
that.
it was like they were playing rock paper scissors out there, dude. No action.
It's crazy because she was making $40,000 a fight with the UFC. Bare knuckle signs her $400,000 for one fight, and she gets mopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were worried though
Yeah.
because at the end of that last minute of the last round, she was tagging her.
Mhm.
Dude, that body shot KO was filthy. That was second or third fight of the night.
Yeah.
Those big boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bro. He just
He just
two
slipped.
step. Oh my god!
Right to the body. Crippled him, dude. Cheese curled him right over.
And then what about the mullet dude running at him with his head down? That nod
guy's
he
an
had.
idiot.
It made me spit my fucking teeth out. Remember? I was like,
no.
I was
His
like,
teeth were
look
on
at
the floor.
I was like, look at his head. I almost did it again. I was like, look at his. Dave's like, no, he's fine. We're like, no, look at his head.
Yeah, he had a fucking knot, dude. But some of these guys must come right off the couch.
100%.
No, but they gave him like a 2 minute, like
No
you
fight
say like
camp.
usually like a 10-second count. There was like 2 minutes where like they were just like talking to him, and he's like,
Yeah, because he was complaining about an eye poke, but it was
Yeah,
definitely the nut getting right in there.
yeah.
A lot of these guys in the bare knuckle, I feel like they definitely find just local tough guys that'll just come in and throw. The talent level in terms of like technical boxing and stuff like that was way further down than you would see in even amateur MMA, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
That first women fight, they were standing up though, and they were like trading shots. Like that looked like the most professional bout of the night.
Yeah.
I thought
They were brawling.
Yeah, they definitely were.
like the most like classically skilled boxers. The rest of them were
No,
just
they
throwing
were
haymakers and shit.
that the other guy that you thought was Forrest Griffin's brother, that guy was
Yeah.
technical. He
Oh
was
yeah,
good.
dude, he looked nice.
To
That
me,
was
he
the body
was-
shot guy.
No. He was nice. Range. He had his range down. He was in and out,
He
dude.
was slipping punches well.
Yeah, and then the dude that he fought, I think, like got poked in the eye or something.
He was, for my money, the most technical guy.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the 135ers, the Chinese dude?
No,
No,
no.
they were-
That was
yeah,
the
that was
greatest
a ball.
fight.
That was a
I
good-
think
that was a
that was
good
the best
scrap.
fight on the
That was a
card.
good fight. That
were
dude
going at it.
rating came out powerful.
Those guys
dude.
were technical. That was a good scrap,
For sure.
too.
Yep.
But the majority of that card was like just brawlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you put them in a boxing ring, they're
Yeah.
not having the same success.
Yeah, he might do good against what's his name? Paul
Ben Askren.
Paul Logan or whatever that faggot's name is.
Those guys are like the toughest guys at
Paul
the
Logan.
barbecue. You know what I mean? But you put
Mm.
them against somebody skilled that's not. You know what I mean? And it's with bare knuckle, man. Anything can happen. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yep.
You could. I mean, that's the thing about striking in general. You could be
punches luck right there.
Yeah, you could be the best boxer in the world, but if somebody lands that one lucky haymaker, you might get turned off. It doesn't mean that guy's better than you. He just landed the punch. But like, nobody's walking in off the street and submitting a jiu-jitsu black belt. You're
No.
never gonna get a lucky sub.
Yeah.
No,
never.
that's for sure.
Terrence might be the first.
I don't know about that.
Yo, what about my boy with the mustache? What did he say? What did he have on his trunks? That shit was so rock hard. Or
Rock
something?
hard.
Rock hard. And he had
Rock
handle-
Boner Wood.
Rock Boner Wood.
Shout out to Zig Fig. Yeah, that song is crazy. Yeah, that guy's stash was powerful though, dude. That was a fucking stash and a
Not
half.
powerful enough.
Did he,
No.
get, did he get beat the fuck up?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
he got
bonsai, dude.
trashed.
Got fucking bonsai'd.
He like remember he was like, nah, I'm done. Like he like tapped out basically.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he went down. He stood back up and he was like, nah, I don't want any more of this shit.
Oh, he did. I don't remember that.
Yeah, they stood him up and he was like trying to give him a count and he was like, nah.
Shit. Yeah, I was expecting more knockouts. Ronnie and I were watching some highlights of the bare knuckle card like before.
We were amped.
Yeah, we're like, holy shit, dudes are getting knocked out left and right. And then we watched that. I don't even think there was one knockout. Oh, no, there was that one knockout.
Well, that guy had 100% KO like percentage, right?
Yeah, and he came in there like a moron.
I know.
He would just
Ronnie's like,
drop
oh, he's
his
got to
head
watch
and
out for this
just
guy.
start
Yeah.
over swinging.
Yeah,
What?
missing everything.
Bare knuckle's different, man,
Embarrassing.
because you got to throw differently. You can't put as much power into it as you could with the glove because you got to worry about breaking your hands. If
Yeah.
you don't punch perfectly, you're gonna fucking break
Yep.
your hands on somebody's skull.
And like, I mean, I've never fought. You fought. I'm sure, like when you fight in an MMA fight, like you're willing to get hit to land what you want to land. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because you might take a punch, but like what you want to do will finish. You know, in like bare knuckle boxing, you cannot get hit because you could get knocked out.
Yeah.
You know,
also
like
get
D-Rock
cut up.
might fight and be
Yeah,
like,
it's
yo,
true, too, the
I can
cuts.
take a punch from this guy, but what I want to do is going to require me getting punched at least once, so let me just go in and do it. Like, you can't think like that in bare knuckle boxing.
You can't really think like that too much in MMA. Some of these guys do, but dude, 4-ounce gloves, that shit hurts, bro.
Yeah.
You feel every fucking
Really?
thing. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I remember, I didn't fight for like a year and a half, and I came back and fought, and I fought this kid who missed weight by like 9 pounds, and I fought him anyway. And I remember like the first 2 jabs he landed on me, I was like, dude, why does this hurt so much? And I forgot. I'm like, oh yeah, little gloves. Like, dude, you feel with those little gloves, you feel fucking everything, right, Nick? Like,
Yeah.
it's shit that like in the gym with 16s or even
12s.
12s or 10s, it's way different. Amateur MMA 7, pros 4, but you feel it, dude. You feel
Yeah.
every fucking.
Yeah, I
punch.
remember sparring with the boxing gloves on and then getting ready for my first fight. And the guy I fought was a boxer, and for whatever reason, I was like just high on like my hands. Though my hands were like impeccable, dude. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go in there and fucking outstrike this motherfucker. And I threw out a fucking lazy jab, and this dude just came in with a 2-piece, bonged me right in my fucking mouth, sent me back like 4 feet, and I was like, what am I doing? I fucking just took this guy down. I was like, fuck this shit, dude. Fuck this. I'm like, I'm not getting hit again, bro.
Yeah, dude, you feel even like punches that you feel like aren't strong, those little gloves, you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember, dude, that first round, kid was tagging me with jabs, and I was like, what? And I remember vividly being like, why did that hurt so much? Like, why did my head just ring? And I was like, same thing with Nick. I was like, all right, I got to take this motherfucker down.
Yeah.
I just took him down and mounted him. I was like, fuck this shit. Like,
Right to the bread and butter.
yeah, dude, he was a big, strong kid. He outweighed me. The worst part about that is we were supposed to fight at 155. He asked for a catch weight of 160. I agreed, and he still missed weight by 9 pounds. He weighed in 169 pounds, and my dumb ass
Not
was
even
like,
trying.
yeah, and my dumb ass was like, yeah, all right, whatever, I'll take the fight, because the fight before that I had to pull out. I tore my labrum 6 days before the fight, and then my first day back of sparring for that next fight, I broke my the joint on my foot where my big toe and foot meets, and I broke that in half.
How'd you break that?
Sparring.
Kicking?
I kicked the
Bag?
kid in his fucking elbow.
Oh.
And, dude, the sound it made was disgusting. It was I was sparring this kid, Nick Fiore, who's good, man. He's tough. And I kicked it, and we heard, bop! And he was like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, I think that was my foot. He's like, you broke your foot? You all right? I'm like, nah, I'm good. We finished out that round. We did one more round, and then all of a sudden my foot was throbbing. I'm like, dude, yeah, my foot's broke. And then we did like 5 more rounds. But the rest of that camp, I couldn't run. I couldn't do anything like that. I was a little compromised. Yeah, and then this guy missed weight, and I was like, I had to pull out of my last fight. I came so far, like broken foot and whatever. I was like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm fighting.
I feel like there was. I feel like
no, dude, it was the worst thing ever. I got fucked. So second round, I was up against the fence. Kid hit me with a pretty decent combination. I shot on him. He sprawled. I was in half guard, and I worked my way back up against the cage. And when you're getting up, like the cost of getting up is getting hit at times, you know. So I'm working. I got out of half guard, got up, and as I'm getting up, I'm like on the cage with my shoulder to the cage like this. And the kid hit me twice on my way up. I turn and square up with him, and Nick, you'll know who I'm talking about. My ref was Michael Corleone, the biggest punch-drunk local guy on Long Island. This guy's like punch-drunk, doesn't know shit about MMA. He was a boxer, kickboxer, should have never been reffing. And he stepped in and called a timeout. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, what's going on? And he's just looking around. I'm like, why did you call timeout? And my opponent, I saw him go to the other side of the cage and like looked like he was grabbing his nuts. I'm like, did I hit him in his nuts? And all of a sudden, he like looks around, and then just calls the fight off. And I lost by TKO. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's crazy.
And Eric Ott was doing the commentary that night, and he came up to me afterwards and was like, dude, he didn't know what was happening. He looked like he wanted, because he was boxing ref, like he wanted to give me a 10 count or something, like a standing 8 or something like that, and realized like it's not boxing because he's a punch-drunk dummy. Yeah. And just waved the fight off, and he was like looking outside the cage, and somebody from the commission just like waved their hands like thinking it was over, so then he just stopped the fight. Dude, the crowd was booing. They were throwing shit.
Sure.
They were booing my opponent as he was like giving his post-fight like interview. And my opponent came up to me afterwards. He's like, dude, I know that was bullshit. He's like,
definitely.
He's like, that was stupid. I would never want to win like that. He's like, you got up. I know you were okay. He's like, you're a tough dude. And he also was like, apologized for missing weight and shit. But he knew like he didn't win that fight.
Yeah. Going back to missing weight though, I remember Eric Uresk told me, he's like, yo, if this guy misses weight, he's like, we're making this motherfucker run, dude. He's like, this guy got to get down. And, like, it's the truth, though. Like, I didn't realize it at the time, but, like, when you go to a tournament or a competition and you miss weight and then you have to fucking make weight that day, it's like a mind fuck, dude. Like, it gets in your own fucking head. You got to run stairs. You got to put layers on. You got to, like, make weight just to fight that day. So we were all geared up. We're like, yeah, we're going to make this motherfucker work. And he wound up making weight, but I was like, yeah, I'm not going to fight this guy if he's overweight. I think it was Billy D. Williams, that big dude from Club Abyss.
Yeah, I remember Billy D.
Yeah.
Big motherfucker.
Big dude. This guy came out jacked. Looked like, who's that actor?
Debo.
No, that actor, Terry Crews.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he looked like that.
Dude, he looked like that, bro. And we were
Old
like,
Spice.
yo, he like fought like 200 or more, and he got down to like the catch weight that I was fighting. It was like 168 or 169. And, the guy had to weigh in naked. And Uresk is like, yo, if this guy, I don't even think it was him. Maybe it was Eric Ott at the time. And he's like, yo, if this guy comes in over, he's like, we're making him work for the weight. We're not going to fight him at whatever he comes in. And he came in and actually got down butt naked on the fucking scale.
Was he packing that schmeat or nah?
Dude, I couldn't even tell, bro. Couldn't even tell. It was dark room and shit.
Damn.
But yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, he got on the scale naked. I'm like, yo, this guy's mad close to weight. and they put a towel up and everything, and he made weight, and I was just like, all right, it's on. Yeah, it was a good fight though, bro. That fight was awesome. Like, we fought in a club in Jersey. It was Club Abyss, and all the spectators like were by the bar, somewhere off on the table to the side, and then like half of the Club Abyss was like cage side, dude. They were sitting there with their fingers in the fucking cage, like the fence of the cage, like cheering and shit, bro. It was like Fight Club, bro.
Dude, that's what it sounds like. Fight Club.
Yeah.
That sounds sick.
So we like the first round we came out, and it was like, you know, it was a back and forth fight, but like after the first round, I'm sitting on the stool and I look over and there's like this chick right in the cage, fingers in the cage and shit. She's like, we lock eyes, and she's like, you got this. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I got this. I'm like, you're fucking right, I got this, yo. And like, and then we went round 2, round 3, and like, yeah, it was a war.
You have one of the illest pictures from that fight when you got him in that omoplata and you throwing shots to the body. That's such a sick photo.
At Airborne, we were like, you know, a lot of MMA sparring, so I was working on getting taken down, and mid being taken down, I was throwing the omoplata on, not rolling, like he double legged me, and as I was falling back, I framed the head away, threw the leg over, and I just got him in a deep omoplata, and I got pictures of me just hammer fisting this dude's back, dude, and like he couldn't even get up. I had him pinned, bro. It was pretty nasty.
You know what's funny is when I went to Florida and did that like 3 weeks of jiu-jitsu, that was the first move I learned.
The omoplata?
Yeah, the guy's, like from a takedown.
Yeah.
The guy's like, oh, you're a wrestler? He's like, all right. He's like, so you know a double leg, right? And he's like, all right, so instead of sprawling, he's like, you're going to turn away, throw the overhook in, and roll forward. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. No, I didn't even roll. I just framed the head. Like he took me down on my ass, and by the time we got down, I was already full in.
Yeah.
And he was stuck for a little while, and I was just beating the bricks off this kid. But
finish him?
Yeah, I won by unanimous decision that fight.
Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go,
Big Daddy. You know, but it was fun, man. That was a great event. Definitely a fun event. You know.
Speaking of events, how was your day yesterday, Remy?
Yeah, Remy fucking competed yesterday.
Yeah,
held it down for freedom and Jits and Tits.
Yeah, holding it down. So where do I even start?
It's frustrating when tournaments aren't ran.
Yeah.
Correctly or
at all, basically. I mean, we could have just fucking showed up and ran a better tournament than they did.
Yeah.
But so it was funny. I was telling D-Rock on the way here. They emailed us like 3 days before and was like, make sure you're there on time. Like anyone who's late, like, will not be allowed to weigh in. You know, like. So weigh-ins were supposed to be at 11 a.m. right in fucking Jersey. I drive all the way there. I get there at 10:30, right? Because I want to, kind of get up, move around and shit.
Yep.
And I didn't get to weigh in until 1:30.
Wow.
1:30. I kept going in, and like because of the whole COVID shit, like they weren't letting everyone in. Like they were doing it like by division, like by like all right, they're like you're brown. I think it was brown and black. They would like let them weigh in and then go change and stuff, and then they would let So, like, we had a bunch of different people, different, belt divisions and weight classes and shit. So, we're trying to fucking figure out when to weigh in. We finally weighed in, right? We get to, we change, do all that shit. And I didn't get my first gi match until 3:30.
Yeah, that's bullshit, dude.
And we were supposed to start at 12. We were supposed to weigh in at 11, start gi at 12. I didn't get my first fucking match till 3:30. And then my first no-gi match, which was supposed to start at 4:15, I didn't get until 7:30.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, we won't say the name of the tournament or anything.
Oh no,
but
I will.
Yeah, say it.
Yeah,
and it's not their
the
first
good
rodeo.
fight.
Haven't
Yeah.
they been around?
Well,
I'm
that's what I was
surprised-
just about to say.
surprised
This
so
isn't.
I told the
poorly
lady
run.
yesterday.
This isn't their first rodeo. They should have been better at.
Like if it was, then you got to work out the kinks. They
Yeah.
had never done this shit before, but like they've been around for years.
Yeah.
Have they
Yeah,
not?
yeah, no, the good fight. They're terrible. I'm never gonna do one again. And
Yeah.
like I had a few words with the director there yesterday, and they were saying, so they didn't. It was in 24-hour fitness. Like it was in like a regular gym on their basketball courts. Like that's where it was. It wasn't in like a like usually they do it at like a place that's like a hockey rink or basketball. Like an inside facility. They did it at a fucking 24-hour fitness. It's like coming to LA Fitness and Patchogue and just matting out the basketball court.
Wow.
And
So how many mats were there? It looked like there was only like 2 or 4.
it was 8 circles.
Okay, so there was 8 matches that could go on at one time.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and they weren't even having all the matches, all the mats. like they were waiting for the round to finish. I'm like, why wouldn't you just keep it going? Like, you know, just keep the matches moving.
Yep.
So whatever. So I was outside and they had like a little turf area like for inside the gym, and there was a couple kids warming up there, and the lady comes over and she's like, guys, I can't have you out here. You have to be inside. Like they had like a separate like like how gyms have like a dance room like where they do like all the classes and shit.
Yeah.
So they had us like warming up in there, and then we'd move from there into the basketball courts, and that's where we compete. And I'm like, but like she wasn't talking to me or anything, but I was just like pissed off. I'm like not for nothing. I'm like, but where are we supposed to warm up? I'm like, you want us like we're doing jiu-jitsu. It's a ground-based sport. I'm like, you want us to warm up on a fucking hardwood floor? I was like, think about how stupid that is. I'm like, you're gonna sit here and complain that people are warming up on on the turf, but you want us to warm up on a hardwood floor. I'm like, just like literally think about that, you know. I'm like, you guys don't have any, like, you didn't get.
Were you like?
Damn.
Yeah.
Hater. What's your name, Nick? And so I told her. I was like, I knew I was gonna say that.
Just tell your story. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, because for real, like when I first started competing,
every tournament has fucking warm-up mats. I don't care.
They have
what
warm-up
tournament
mats.
Nah, there's some tournaments that don't have them.
Most do though.
A lot of them do, but there's some where like they have like a 10x10 section, and if you don't get there first, that's it. But like I've warmed up on a gym floor before.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Mats, though. At least some mats. They
Right.
might not have enough.
And they might be occupied
some.
by other teams, but there's still something there.
Yeah, but and if you're not gonna have them, at least don't bitch about people warming up. Like, let them just warm up. You know, like we're here to compete. We're not here. This is not just like a hobby thing. Like we're actually competing. You know, and so whatever. So she was like, "Oh, She's like, "What do you want? Do you want your money back?" And I was like, honestly, I kind of do, but I'm about to go compete, so. I was like, I know if I take my money back, you're not going to let me compete, obviously. I was like, so, keep my fucking money. And then she's like, what do you want? She's like, do you want to talk to the director? I'm like, that'd be cool. I was like, whatever I'm like, you seem more flustered than I do. So I was like, whatever you think is great. She's like, all right, well, follow me. I was like, where? She's like, well, we're going to go to the director. I'm like,
we're gonna go to the principal's office.
I was like, no, so listen to this. I'm like, no. I'm like, you can, if it's that big of a problem, like, you can tell him to come over here. So she did.
Good for you, bro. Good for you.
The guy came and like found me in the locker room, and he was like, "Oh, I heard you needed to talk to me." I was like, "I don't need to talk to you." I kept saying like that you guys should have mats for us to warm up. Like if you're gonna sit here and complain about where we're warming up, like give us a room with mats to warm up. And the guy's like, what tournament have you been to that has warm-up mats? I was like, every fucking tournament I've ever been to in my whole life.
Yeah.
And you know what this fucking guy says? He's like, well, IBJJF doesn't. I'm like, I would almost be willing to bet that they do.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like, you're going to tell me IBJJF does not have warm-up mats? Like, get the fuck out of here.
But you know what sucks, though? Like, all that shit you went through, man, like, that takes energy. Yeah. That's like sucking you dry of, like,
that's
your reserves. You know what I'm saying?
When my first match came for gi, like, I wasn't even ready because I was, like, just so, like over it, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking 3:30. I thought it would have been, like, almost done by that time.
Yeah.
You know, so
good
it
thing
was
I didn't roll out with you guys.
Yeah, good thing. Honestly, I got home at fucking 10:30.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's like the first, like, when Naga first started rolling out tournaments, man, like that's how it was. Like weigh-ins were at like 7 a.m, and then you didn't get on the mat till like almost 7 p.m.
Yeah,
you know, and like the good fight, man, like Terrence said, it ain't their first rodeo.
No,
they should have been a little bit better prepared to handle, what was going on.
Yeah,
the thing is with these tournaments.
They don't care.
They know they got you by the balls. So it doesn't matter how shitty it is once you get there. Most people, like Remy, are just going to be like, fuck it, I came here to compete. I'm going to compete. So they don't care because they know.
Well, honestly, right after gi was done, if I didn't have like the sponsors pay for my fucking no-gi rash guard,
you would have shit on the floor?
I would have just left. I would have not competed in no-gi, and I would have just left because I was like, at that point, I was just like, I was tired. Like, I was just fucking done with everything, you know?
I like that one video you posted, though, of, belly down ankle lock. Yeah. So Terrence and I were talking. He's like, yo, what happened? What are they talking about? And I was like, he probably was trying to say that he reaped the leg. And sure as shit, you posted it. And I guess somebody asked, like, what was the beef about? And that's exactly what it was. The kid was saying you were reaping his leg over.
Yeah, but the ref agreed with me that he turned into it.
Right.
Which obviously would cause my leg to pop off his hip. And I guess, kind of reap, but not. I didn't do it, you know.
No, but I thought reaping the leg was bringing the leg to the other side. Right,
yeah.
and you kept
over
it,
the kneecap though.
Right, but he kept that ankle lock in the left armpit. You guys belly down. You bellied down, and then the leg still stayed in the left armpit. It wasn't like you were reaping it across your body. I guess even if you do a straight ankle lock, it still applies some pressure on the knee.
Well, I had
reaping. It's bringing your leg over the other guy's leg. Like if my foot was here, like on his,
I think it's
left
past
hip,
the midline.
It's bringing it over, to his right hip from that left side.
Gotcha.
From what I understood, it's over the knee. You could do it underneath the knee, but if it's over the knee, so like
across the thigh.
Yeah, so if you cross that opposite leg over the kneecap, it's reaping.
Gotcha.
Which, not for nothing, here's my take on this. Don't go to a fucking tournament if you can't deal with that. All these bullshit rules, like, sorry, man. Unless you're a fucking white belt, okay. Outside of that, deal with every fucking submission there is. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, the IBGF finally just legalized heel hooks for black belts. If you're a black belt, you don't know how to deal with it, figure it the fuck out. Like, what are we doing here? Yep. I think that's the goofiest fucking rule. You're going to complain about that?
Well, what happened was in the gi, I versed the kid the gi earlier in the day, and I had, like, same thing, like Ashi, and we were in that same position, and he was taking my leg and throwing it down, like, into a reap. And then people that were, like, you know, on his side were yelling, reap, reap, reap. And I'm like, so, like, I said to, and, like, at one point I stopped because, like, I thought that, you know, it was, like, a reap, and then.
Never stopped.
Yeah.
Well, people do that.
Stop.
That's a strategy that people do. They'll pull you into a reap so that you can get disqualified and they win.
Yeah.
It's such a goofy
so
fucking thing.
That's kind of what he did in the first match. And then the second match when they said that, so that's why I was, like, throwing my arm up and, you know, at the end of the, because I told the guy, I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it was kind of annoying.
Yeah. I mean, that goes with any tournament, though. You're going to get funky shit. You're going to get people calling bogus shit on the side, you know, so.
Yeah. But the finals no-gi match was good.
Was that the finals?
No, that was the quarterfinals?
Okay, yeah.
It was good. It was a kid again from Henzo's, I think, in the city.
Oh, that's who you straight ankle locked. He had a Hensel Gracie shirt on from the city.
Oh no! This kid was from, was it Warwick?
Oh,
Warwick? I don't know where that. I don't know. It was from Henzo's.
Wahlberg.
I don't know.
Somewhere where they complain about submissions.
Yeah.
No, this kid was good. But I can tell you I'm not doing 170 again.
No, yeah. I mean, not for nothing though. You look small on that podium.
Yeah.
What you should do is go to heavyweight.
No.
Speaking of heavyweights,
we got
Sean
Sean
right
Sean
here.
in the house, baby. Yo, Sean, you got a question of the day for us or what, baby?
Wait, hold on. Before we get to that, first of all, thank you, Sean, because Sean is actually technically off today, but he showed up for the boys.
Yeah,
so
he
we
did.
can get in here and do the podcast today. You're the fucking man. We appreciate it.
Let's go.
Appreciate you.
And I had to
you.
berate this motherfucker to come sit down with us, though. I'm like, dude, sit
Well,
down.
I'm glad
You're
he's
not
sitting at the
working.
table, man.
Join the fucking podcast. I had to yell at him a
You
couple
gotta get him a
times.
microphone next time.
You got one that swivels. Hook
Come on, bro.
hook the boy up.
Fuck you,
Give
bro.
him the question of the day.
And
Fuck
just
you, bro.
just one more thing on Remy. I thought that was badass
Damn.
that he went up in weight because there was only like 2 or 3 competitors at your 55 weight that you were planning on doing
Yes.
that.
So I looked at the brackets or the sign-up sheet like 3 days before tournament. There was only fucking me and 2 other kids at 155. So I was like, I'm not driving all the way to Jersey to get a fucking round robin of 2 kids, you know. So I bumped up to 170, and there was actually.
I mean, you didn't mind bumping up, bro. You eating fucking quesadillas and double scoops from Kilwins. Come on, let's be for real.
No. I mean, I definitely didn't mind the fact of now, like, it wasn't a serious cut or anything. Like, I walk around 160.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a big cut, but it was. I'm definitely not a 170 pounder.
Last time I was 160, I was in 6th grade.
Yo, I would definitely do like a round robin 3 guys. Get Terry on the podium. Every guy. they don't have to know there was only 3 of us. Damn, the kids showing out.
Bracket came in 3rd.
Yo, a lot of people do that though, bro. They'll ride out to a tournament. They'll be
Yeah.
like one of the person in their weight class, and they'll come back rocking that medal like they just went against like 17 dudes.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
But I definitely.
Or you get that guy in Masters who wins the Golden Masters, but you know, you forget to write that Masters in there.
Yeah.
Tell everybody.
Yeah.
But it was a good time competing yesterday, and I learned a lot, like just some holes in my game, and just definitely so we were talking about, like, I was actually telling Dave the other day that when you guys, a couple podcasts ago, you asked me, like, if I was doing anything extra to get ready for the tournament. I kind of said, like, not really. So I was doing it like a kind of little self-experiment for myself. Like, I wanted to see if like the strength and cardio has a big role in success, or if it's the skill and technique. And I've been really focused on the skill and technique for like the past, I would say, year, like studying and actually getting into it.
I mean, they definitely go hand in hand.
They definitely go hand in hand. And but at the same time, I wanted to see like kind of the ratio of how, what's like, is it 50% and 50%? Is it 60-40? Is it 70-30? Like,
65-35.
It's going to be very, very hard to ever really get a true answer with that, because especially coming up in belts, there's varying degrees of skill in all belt levels. And if you have somebody that's less physically gifted but more technically talented against somebody that's way more physically gifted but less technically talented, sometimes the skill will overcome it and sometimes it can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's different in every scenario. It's very hard to get a true...
Yeah.
Well, I feel like for tournament settings, when you don't know your opponent, like maybe for a fight or something where you know the guy, like where he's strong and where he's weak. Yeah, you could probably go more or less either way.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like tournament setting, I would definitely say 50-50. I think you would have to be equally as in shape, good cardio, and you would definitely have to focus on that technique.
If you ask me, when it comes down to competition, I'd say 9 times out of 10, cardio and strength are the deal breaker.
So
the guy who's more in shape can carry his technique longer. So like if you're more skilled but you can't keep your skills sharp because your cardio fails you, and the other guy's less skilled but his cardio stays sharp and he can keep his skill level throughout the duration, that guy's probably going to win.
Yeah. No, I definitely so I think a couple things is the skill, it helped me a lot. Like I felt like I was very controlling in the matches. Like even though I did lose 2 matches, like I felt like I did pretty good, and I for the most part controlled the pace of the match, and that the skill really helped there was playing my game and controlling the match, and not like there was a couple of kids that were like spazzes and trying to go a million miles an hour and like just getting grips, slowing them down, doing things like that. But like Dave said, I think like I definitely felt the lack of cardio 100%. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I definitely need to prepare more on the card. Like, and like I've never been a cardio type of person. I'm more of a strength, guy. So
Shark Tanks, baby.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
the best way. I find that to be some of the strong points.
That and like just running. Like I don't mind running trails and stuff. It's just winter now. It's fucking cold out.
I hate running.
Yeah, I hate running. It's terrible.
The only time I run is after the ice cream man.
Or to Island Cava.
Yeah. I used to ride my bike up here though.
But yeah, so the lack of cardio is definitely a factor. And then so the strength, I actually felt pretty like I felt like they were stronger than me, definitely.
Yeah, but
I
they
felt
were bigger.
Yeah, but I felt strong. I didn't feel like not that I don't think strength has a big part in it, but I think that cardio and technique actually, after what I got yesterday, plays a bigger part in success.
So if this is the way I view it with what you're saying, right? Skill development is for if you're an active competitor, right? If you're an active competitor, skill development is for in between competitions or fights, right? You develop your skills when you're not training specifically for a competition or fight. When you have a fight or a competition scheduled, you have 6 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it is. Those weeks are for cardio and conditioning. You're taking the skills you already have and making sure you can keep those skills sharp for the duration of the match that's necessary. After that, the lessons you learn from a tournament, you go back, work on those skills, develop those skills,
and repeat the process.
And then repeat the process. Yeah. That's the way my approach is.
It's a good approach.
Yeah.
It's a good approach.
Because it's going to be very hard to build skill, especially maybe if you have an opponent that has a skill that you're deficient in 5 weeks. You're never going to close the gap.
Yeah.
It's like you might make small improvements, but not enough to really close the gap. So what you should focus on, in my opinion, is making sure the skill set you have
is sharp
already is sharp, and you're able to keep it sharp and at as close to 100% of your capabilities for the 3 rounds, the 6 minutes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You develop the skills in between.
That's good. It's a good approach.
Yeah, it was good. And then one other thing I learned yesterday was, it kind of finally it was like one of those aha moments of like the everlasting debate of gi or no gi, right? And like why, like I've always said before, like if Gordon Ryan, like I respect him, I think he's a great no gi competitor, but like if you really think you're the best of the best, like the best ever, why wouldn't you put your gi on? And like
it's a different game though.
And so
he did.
Well, all right, but I was just saying like, but I learned that yesterday as it really is two different
sports or games. Yeah.
It's and even in a tournament, it's funny because I really realize it now why it's so much like chess. Like every tournament or every single match in the tournament is completely different. If I play Luigi or D-Rock or Ronnie or Nick or Terrence in chess, right, they're all going to hit me with a different opening, right? Just like we slap bump and someone might sit, someone's going to stand, someone's going to shoot, someone's going to club me right off the bat. So it's really like I was playing a different chess game every single time. And I even did different openings. Like I wrestled a few kids. I pulled guard on a couple kids. I went for different like sequence of events, and like it was like a really cool experience just to think about like oh wow, like I'm literally playing chess right now, and like now all right, that didn't work last game, so now what different opening am I going to try today, like in this one?
Yep.
That's
cool.
Yeah.
See, I don't see a crazy difference between gi and no gi. There's small nuances between them, like with the grips and things, but to me, and I'm not saying I'm correct, just for me. To me, jiu-jitsu is the art of control, right? And so the only difference between the gi and no gi is that in the gi you have other levers for mechanisms of control
and submissions,
right? But you can't get those submissions unless you have the control first. Most times, you know what I'm saying, unless it's a scramble. Most times you arrive at the submission through the methods of control, and that's all it really is. There's small nuances, and they're sometimes those small nuances can make big difference, especially if you're uninitiated. But if you're, like Remy said, if you think you're the best and you're a student of the game, and say you're Gordon Ryan, who's mostly no gi, if you can't figure out how to make those small adjustments inside the gi and make your game work, you may be a little bit less, not as good inside of a gi or no gi if your focus is on one or the other. But I think you should still be equally formidable and talented inside of both if you're actually good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I look at it like baseball and softball. They're both very similar, but they're also very different. You know, you might be great at baseball, but then all of a sudden you go to a slow pitch game, it's completely different. Ball comes at you different. The size of the ball is different. So like with the gi on, like, and the no gi, like, yeah, you might wind up being really good in certain submissions, and with the gi on, you might be great at controlling, but all of your tricks, the arsenal of submissions, you might not be sharp on. You might not look for the loop choke. You might not play the lapel game. You know, you might not really understand, like, oh, wow, I can grab the pants now instead of the ankle. Like, so there is a difference. There's definitely a difference. Big or small, that's up for debate. But, I mean, I definitely look at it like they're definitely two different sports.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't look at them like they're different sports. I think they're the same thing. I just think there's little adjustments that need to be made for both, because the gi, man, if I can control somebody no gi and now I have the ability to hold your pants, it's an extra tool. It's like, you know, you're a carpenter and you don't have a certain tool and all of a sudden you get it. You know, it's just another tool in your arsenal that you can now use. I think, man, the way I can control somebody in no gi, I can do it even better inside the gi now because there's something else to grab onto. Now, maybe I'm not as skilled at certain guard setups with all the lapels, yes, but to me, my game doesn't change that much inside of a gi. Other people's do. Like, there's more things for me to deal with. Like, if I roll with Luigi inside the gi, there's a lot more landmines for me to step on with Luigi.
And that's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's where the difference comes, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there's not a difference, but to me, it's just very small adjustments. It's all jiu-jitsu to me. It's just a small adjustment. The overall base of your game should remain the same. You should be, and if your base is good enough, you should be able to make those adjustments. It shouldn't be where, like, oh my God, this is a totally brand new sport. If you're good enough at jiu-jitsu, I think you should be able to make the subtle changes, whether it's into a gi or out of a gi.
Yeah, I agree, but they're definitely different. Though.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean,
I'm not saying they're not different. I'm just saying that I don't view it as like, oh my God, it's so completely different.
No, I don't think any of us do.
Them, but sometimes there is big differences in it. Like even just the control though, like you could control someone so much better holding on to their pants.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. My whole point is that I don't think it's as extreme as some people make it. Like, if you're good enough at jiu-jitsu, you should be able to make those adjustments, because what changes in the fundamentals of jiu-jitsu from a gi to a no-gi? Nothing changes. It's just the grip. Okay, so now you have to fight the grip. You have to hip escape a little bit harder. You have to just be more mindful of those things. But the basics and the fundamentals of it remain the same.
Yeah, they are.
That's my point.
Right. And I agree with you. The basics are the same. But when the difference starts to play a part is, okay, well, he has a grip. I don't feel threatened. I'm not going to address that grip. I'm going to start working this or that. When you train the gi, or you know, that's like your game, you're gonna understand, wow, that grip is dangerous.
Oh yeah, 100%.
it might and if you only train the no gi, you might overlook that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where the difference is. Fundamentals, base, leverage, sub-awareness is all the same, but the tricks.
There's way more tricks inside the gi. But my point is that I think if you're a true student of the game and stuff, you should be able to make those adjustments. And that's why I prefer no gi, but I think you should still train inside the gi because, man, I don't put the gi on as much, but when I do put the gi on, I can make those adjustments. You know what I mean? And I think most people should be able to. That's all I'm getting at. I'm not saying that's not different, but
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like
you're wrong.
I feel like you play a very simple and effective jiu-jitsu game. You know, like, you're not looking for, inversions and stuff like that. So I feel like your type of jiu-jitsu is similar from gi to no gi. But someone who does say the whatever you want to call it, competition style jiu-jitsu, where it's a little more inversions and stuff like that. It really differs. I guess what I'm trying to say is it depends on your game.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Your approach to jiu-jitsu can dictate your focus and stuff. I don't disagree, but I still believe that you should be able to make those adjustments. Am I ever going to be a top level gi competitor? No, that's not my focus. 100%. And the difference between somebody who focuses on that and me is probably going to be they're going to be better than me 9 times out of 10. But I still don't think that if you put me in a gi that I'm any less formidable is what I'm saying. I still think my game translates where I'm still gi or no gi, I'm still pretty good.
But that's what I'm saying is you play the same game. Whereas when somebody else puts a gi on, now it opens the door up for so many more options.
Right. Well, then this is my point. I think that you're limiting yourself like that. If you're a guy in a gi and then all of a sudden you put on no gi and half your game goes out the window because you don't have a grip, I think that's faulty. Whereas if
makes sense,
you know what I'm saying?
Right, but I don't think Remy was saying that half their game goes out the window.
Some people do.
Yeah, but I think
it's just an extension.
Exactly.
Well, that's my point. But some people don't view it as an extension. There's some people
who it's also
their
how
whole
you view
game
it.
is reliant on a grip, and I think I get it. If that listen, I love the gi. My goal is to be the best gi competitor. I get it. I'm not shitting on that. I'm just saying I feel like at some point in time, to become complete, you'd want to make that adjustment as well. Yeah. If you're just starting out and your whole thing is I want to win the IBGF World Championships inside the gi as a black belt. That's your focus. I get it.
Yeah,
I 100% get it. That's what your goal is. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying at some point in time, you may want it to complete your game as a jiu-jitsu person. There is another aspect to it. And I think that goes for no-gi as well, vice versa. Unless that's your only focus, I get it. But I still think at the most root and fundamental level, you should be able to make some of those adjustments. If half my game goes out the window when I put a gi on, I'm doing something wrong, I think. And vice versa.
But your game might not go out the window, but your options you don't see. And that's where I think a lot of it lies. You're great no-gi, you put a gi on, your game doesn't go out the window.
It's the same.
But all the options that you have, you don't see.
No, that's what I'm saying. You should still be able to see them. That's my point.
Yeah, but if you don't put the gi on and train
it's different. You build a house, you have the same foundation, right? But the interior of the house and the fucking walls, all that shit's different.
Good point.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean? But I'm not arguing that it's not. What I'm saying is, if you're good enough, you shouldn't miss those options. Just because I put a gi on, when I put a gi on, I like no gi more. Yeah. I think I'm probably better in the no gi. But when I put a gi on, I don't miss those options, is what I'm saying. If I put a gi on, my game mostly is the same, but I don't neglect those options. If I see that option, I know how to take it. If you're going to set up a choke on me in the gi, I still know what's happening. I can still address it. I'm not lost. I can still transition my game into that and still be effective inside of a gi. And I think if you can't do that, you're missing a large piece of what jiu-jitsu is in your game as a whole. And vice versa. If you leave the gi and go to no gi and you can't figure it out, you're missing a piece. If you go from no gi to gi and you can't figure it out, you miss those options like you're saying. I think you're leaving stuff on the table. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not different. I'm not saying that it doesn't change things. I'm just saying if you can't make those adjustments, you're leaving a big piece of the game.
Yeah, if you want to be an all-around jits guy, gi and no gi, you should be able to see both sides of the coin.
Maybe
Absolutely.
when I make the transition to the gi, I'm not as proficient as it with you, Luigi, but I still think I'm good. Like, I'm not completely lost.
I'm not saying
That's
you're
all
not
I'm saying.
good. I'm just saying that there's a bigger difference.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Than you're kind of making it out to be. Almost.
No, I don't think there is. That's what I'm saying. And there shouldn't be, is my point.
No, but
you're more proficient in the gi than I am, but it's not like I am lost when I put a gi on. I still
No, I'm not going to say. I'm not saying you're lost, but there is a difference between. There's a difference between the two of them. Yes,
I'm not saying there's not a difference. That's not what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm not arguing that there's not a difference. My point is that you should be able to transition well. You shouldn't. If I put a gi on, I shouldn't be like, oh, I don't know what's happening. This is a completely different sport.
No, I'm agreeing with you on that, but there's different options once you get to.
I know that.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So then what the fuck are we arguing about?
We're not arguing. You guys you're like coming back at me like I'm saying that that's not the point. You're just not understanding what I'm saying.
No gi boys.
Damn.
All right, so Sean, what do you think?
I think
Sean,
Sean's
what's
been,
your question?
Sean's been waiting to hit us
funny.
with a question of the day. So hit us with the question of the day, baby.
First, I want to say starting defense, place at the table. Very excited to be here.
Yes.
Adamer.
Yes.
Go put your head through the window.
As far as question of the day, I'm glad you guys went into that fucking awful jiu-jitsu talk that I knew nothing about. Because we had customers here. Jen Earmuffs. My question of the day is, when you guys were growing up, when you were like teenage boys, and everything was about your dick, what's the weirdest
What's
thing?
changed?
What's the weirdest thing you fucked or weirdest thing that you got off to?
Oh, damn.
Luigi, you better answer first.
I'll start. I had a buddy who his thing was he humped the pillow.
Damn.
When he was growing up, he didn't masturbate regularly. He always had to hump a pillow. He would fold it over and literally fuck a pillow.
Oh, my God.
Wait, so none of you have done that?
No. Fuck no. I had a friend who tried to put his dick in the shampoo bottle.
Damn.
Even at a young buck, dude, my shit didn't fit in a shampoo bottle. Oh, the Costco. All right, the family pack.
Yeah, I've never like tried the fucking apple pie or anything like that.
Fuck a grapefruit?
No.
A grapefruit?
No, I was just thinking that would be Luigi's answer.
We were all just trying to fuck women at that point, but
When you were 9?
we were like 13. I was 14 when I first had sex, and fucking my daughter's 13.
I mean, when I
Sunday,
was
fuck.
13 or like 12, man, like the porn channel would come in scrambled, and you catch
Oh, I used to
the
love
blue
it.
screen when
You
you
see
see
like a nipple, and you're like, oh, I gotta jerk off real quick.
Yes. And the sound, dude. That's all
Yo,
you need. It was a nip and the
Kids these
sound.
days don't know that struggle.
Dude, they don't know about the fucking squiggly line porn and shit.
Yeah,
When
we
we go
used to
blue
have
screen to
like
be crystal clear. That was the shit. It was
Yes.
like God smiled at you.
Yes.
we used to have like the Playboys under the sink. Like you have the regular fucking magazines next to the toilet, but the Playboys are underneath the sink.
Yeah.
We get that shit in 4K now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The struggle ain't real for you.
The first time I don't know if it's officially the first time, but the first time I remember ever jerking off. Bro.
I remember the first time I jerked off was to the Howard Stern movie, where he, there was the movie, and it was a scene where like the girl was talking about, she was getting off by sitting on the fucking speaker.
Yeah,
he was just And I
remember that.
Yeah, I remember going into the bathroom and jerking off, and like the shit fell on the floor. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? What do I do now?
The first time I did, I was in the bathroom, and I was young. I don't even think I was a teenager. I might have been like between 8 and 10.
Oh damn!
And I remember catching a rando, just like the rando boners, the inconvenient boners, and
God just handed out a boner.
Dude,
He's like,
so
I'll use it, bro.
I used hair gel. I jerked off with hair gel.
Are you fucking serious?
I was just like, what? I didn't know what I was doing, you know?
Yo, I feel like
Did it get in your pee hole?
I feel like after
No.
3 seconds, that would be hard to stroke.
No, dude, it was,
It just hurt. It gets his hand gets stuck to his
dude,
dick.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was there, and I just was like, okay, and I did it. And
He's like, I use crazy glue.
I was dude, my hand's still stuck. But yeah, I did. That's what I did. And then I remember another time. I think I
Did
was
you
like,
finish?
I think I did. Yeah, I don't.
Oh my
nothing.
God,
I was
dude.
like 8. Nothing came out. I just was like, okay. Now I.
Yeah,
Was the
I just
gel
remember being
blocking
like,
baby powder just
no,
spit out
dude,
the tip
nothing
of his
came out.
dick.
I just like that was it. I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't even know what that. Like, I didn't even know what coming was. Like, I was like, oh,
Hey, you were
that-
8.
that felt cool. And then it was like, okay, you're done. Like, I just remember thinking like, oh, you get that feeling, and then that's it. I didn't know what it was. And then when I was like 13, maybe, I remember going to take a shower, and towels just came out of the fucking the
You still
dryer.
had hair
They're
gel
nice
there
and
again?
warm. No, the towel's super warm. I got out of the shower, put the towel on. It was super warm. Pop wood. And I was like, oh, this feels awesome. I'm like, the heat is great. And I like wrapped my dick up. I didn't jerk off, but I just put it around my dick. I was like, that feels awesome.
Like a towel hanger. Just
No, it was a towel because it was warm from the
The
warm
dryer,
from the
yeah.
dryer. I didn't jerk off with it, but I like wrapped it around my dick. I was like, that feels awesome.
Damn.
I can't even think back that far. To like,
My
What do you mean?
it
You're
was like 3 years
26.
ago. I was probably like 11 or 12, maybe 13 at the time.
you were 5. Come on. when
No,
you first
and
jerked off.
this is like when I first talked. This is like when I first started watching porn. A friend that lived down the block, his father passed away, so his uncle gave him like a
Stack of nudies.
no, he gave him a tape of like wrestling or whatever. So he watched it, and at the end of the tape, I guess the guy didn't know, or maybe he did because we're 13 years old. There was a porn at the end of it. So we were like, holy shit. We didn't like, oh, his mom doesn't know. So we like hid that tape, and like at least once a week, we would like all go to his house, and we'd like sit there on the couch and jerk off. There's
Together?
like, yeah, well, we're not jerking each other off, but like I'm on the one end of the couch. My other friend's on the other end. He's on like a chair. We're all like,
You make a lot more sense to me now.
we're sitting there trying to
way
like
more
watch
sense to me
porn. We're
now.
like 13 years old and like circle jerking. It was,
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I remember that.
Luigi,
Sean, do you
you
regret
are
this question
something.
yet?
I remember the Biggie videos,
That
the
was-
music videos
that was
with
my friend
Foxy
John's
Brown,
house.
dude, or Little Kim, man.
Porn used to be on like channel 93.
yeah, 92 and 93.
92
Yeah, it
and
was
93.
Playboy and Spice.
yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
watch that shit in my living room. I hear my parents come home. I'm like, fuck Disney Channel.
You get caught jerking off?
I got
Yeah.
I got
You got
this.
caught by your parents?
yeah, I got
I
caught
never
by my
got
mom.
caught.
Oh,
I got this dude that
man.
got caught by his wife though, bro. He got into a new house. He has a big bay window in the front. TVs across.
That's not a big deal, though.
Dude, his neighbors were watching him fucking watch Pornhub
Oh.
on his TV. He's roughing the suspect. His wife comes in, kicks the fucking door down. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Pornhub's playing, dick out in hand. She's
Can't
like, "The
jerk
neighbor."
off?
She's like, "The fucking neighbor." The windows were open, bro. Like she said, she turned to the dead end and she was able to see right in the bay window.
Come on, though. Like, she's never fucking flicked it before growing up.
Dude,
Yeah, right? Like
I'm
one
just,
time,
I'm just saying.
like when I was with my girl, she was out with her friends. I came home drunk, passed out. I'm like, she's not going to be home for a while. I'm just going to jerk off. Hammered. Pulled up porn on my phone, jerking off, fell asleep midway. She woke me up in the middle of the night, like,
Who?
what the? My girl.
Oh,
Oh,
When
okay.
she came
Whatever.
home, she's like, what are you doing? I'm
what
like,
kind of
"What did it
video
look
did you
like
have
I was
on there?
doing?" Huh?
What kind of
I
video
don't
did you
even
have on
remember.
there?
Midgets,
no,
midgets,
no,
sweet
dead
midgets.
animal porn.
Yeah.
Dead animal porn.
Dude, well, a friend of mine came home blackout, like Ronnie was saying, and he
Disgusting.
fucking sat down at the computer chair, started fucking wailing on himself, passed out, and his mom like found him in the morning, like slumped with his dick out, dick in hand, in the fucking computer chair.
Oh my
And he was,
God.
dude, he was like 26. It wasn't like he was
Oh.
like 16 years old.
Did he
Oh,
bust?
my God.
I don't know.
Did you ever fall asleep in the middle of like any kind of sexual act? I remember
Yeah.
I was at a wedding. I was at my buddy's wedding, and I got picked up by the girl I was like seeing at the time. I was fucking whacked. Went back to her house, and she was blowing me, and I passed out like in the middle of her blowing me.
Oh my
And
god.
like she's like, "Are you fucking sleeping?" And I like woke back. I was like, "No, I'm not sleeping." But she was pissed, dude. Pissed.
Some girl fell asleep giving me a hand job. I didn't know if it was I didn't know if she was trying to disrespect me. Or we were shit faced.
Handy, a nice old fashioned for the kid.
You ever have like your parents walk in on you when you were
Yeah,
having
like,
sex?
you know, when you're laying in bed and you kind of just like rough the blanket up in case they come in, and then you just can go like this.
Cover yourself.
Been there, done that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I never got busted. Thank God.
I got caught fucking.
Damn.
My mom, when I was younger, I think I was like 21, and my mom walked in on me apparently one morning when I was fucking my girlfriend. And I found out like a month later, my sister told me, she's like, yeah, mom walked in one morning and just saw your ass in the air. I walked out horrified. And I'm like, yo, that's why she was so weird the rest of the day when I saw her. She was like mortified, and she never told me, but she told my sister about it.
That's so funny.
So I'm at a family party, and I brought this girl that I was with. Nah, never a cousin. I was with this girl, and I take her back into my room, and she starts blowing me. My uncle walks in the room.
At a family party?
Yeah, it was like, nah, dude, I'm like 17. I'm like,
rock hard bone of wood, boy.
Yeah. So I go in my room to get a blowjob from this girl, and my uncle walks in. He sees what's going on. He gives me a high five and walks right out.
Shut the fuck up.
That's funny shit.
That's a good uncle.
So, are you guys telling me you never fucked the couch cushions?
Never.
No.
Yeah, no, that'd be weird, right?
You definitely have.
What's wrong with you, Sean?
So, like, you get like the sectional, the leather couch cushions, and you're just laying there on like a lazy ass Sunday afternoon.
Lazy
And all of a sudden comes out of nowhere. You're like, you know what?
I'm gonna fuck
It's
this
just,
cushion.
it's just like slips between the center cushion and the other cushion, and you just like give us a little, see how it goes.
Couple
So you've
thrusts
done
to the
that.
hip.
No, I've heard people talk
Did you
about
spit
it.
on it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Did you spit on the couch first?
Was it a couch with like the plastic coverings and shit?
Oh, that would burn.
Did you use hair gel?
No, I did not use hair.
Yo,
I
don't
mean,
knock
my
the
friend
hair
did not
gel,
use
bro.
hair gel.
Got
not
to be
like-
glued.
You ever fuck these ones we're sitting on right now? Looks like there's some fucking love
Dude, it
stains
looks
on
like
the
it.
Ronnie, dude. Yeah.
He fucks the napkin holder.
They are deep enough.
I'm still caught up on the hair gel, though. I'm not going to lie,
Bro,
D-Rock.
I was like 8 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing.
Still using hair gel.
Yes, you do. I've seen you.
You ever watch too much porn, and then you hook up with a chick, and you immediately just pull out to give her a facial, and she's mortified, and you're like,
Oh,
this
man.
is real life. This is not. This is regular girls don't react like
Yo,
that.
that's
Like,
it reminds me of the Kevin Hart skit. You ever see that? It was like Irresponsible. He talks
Yeah.
about that shit, dude. It's hilarious. He's like, let me tell you something. Don't watch porn. He's like, and try to do it on your girl or your wife. He's like,
Yeah.
those are paid actors.
yeah, they're professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I was fucking my wife. He's like, and I spit in her face, and she just stops. And she's like, did you just fucking spit in my face? He's just like, she's like, don't ever do that again.
Yeah, first time you try to spit on a butthole and miss, you're like, oh, these guys are pros.
Yeah. This dude's at home practicing. What?
All right, Luigi, lay it on us.
Spitting on buttholes. Luigi snatches the
Oh
mic.
no, that's my favorite thing to do. Like we fucking from behind, you give her a little spit, and then you use it like a fucking bowling ball.
ball.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Ring the doorbell.
Doggy Daddy's
I
all
like
hard
that.
over there.
Yeah.
He is.
I don't know if I could date a girl if she's not into like something like that though. Like if I can't fuck you like a porn star.
I don't think I'd ever.
Listen, porn star, but like
spit on
when I was younger, I had a girl who was just like, we started fucking, and she just laid there.
Oh, dead
and
fish?
like dead
Yeah,
fish,
like-
bro. No noise, no like expression, and I just stopped. You see what's going on? I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm raping you. I can't do
It's
this.
like,
I can't. She's like, really? I'm like, nah.
No, I actually don't like that.
some unconscious.
Well, yeah, that, but that's only after like it's only after like 30 seconds of beating them. No, that like I can't do that. If you're gonna be sitting there, I'd do the same thing you do.
Yeah.
I would just fucking leave.
I bowed out gracefully. I was like, listen, talk to you later.
Yeah.
Really? Really? I'm like, it's it.
And that was it? She didn't try to change anything? You just put your clothes back on and
Yeah.
dipped?
Yep.
Crank went out in the shower?
That was it, dude. Yeah, were you telling us a story of somebody that wife was trying to get pregnant
Yeah,
and he was faking the funk?
So a dude I worked with for a long time, he was like 47, 48, and this guy's a maniac with like drinking and drugs and everything. Great dude. But
Sounds like it.
his wife really wanted a baby, like in the worst way. And
At
he's
what
like,
age was he? 47?
Yeah, he's like pushing 50 at this
Yeah,
point.
it's
And he's
up
like,
there.
you're out of your mind. Like, I can't even take care of myself. Like, the guy doesn't even have like a driver's license. And he said that like his wife was like dead set on it. And he's like, there's no way I'm going to have kids. There's no way I'm going to have kids. And then he would, every morning, she'd be like having sex with him before work, trying to get pregnant. So he would pretend that he went, like he'd be like, ugh. and then he'd just go in the shower and like finish himself off. Damn.
Damn.
Fucking wild.
That's
so funny.
hilarious, dude.
So
Yeah, I guess at that
funny.
age though, you can't start over and have a fucking kid at
No,
47,
that's
50
tough.
years
You
old.
think about it, your kid's
It's bad
still
on
gonna
the
be in
kid,
high
too.
school, and
Yeah.
you want to be
Your
around
kid's
for
10
your
years
kid.
old and you're 60.
Yeah.
It's like
You can't have a catch with the kid. Like, what do
No.
you can't.
arthritis starts kicking in at that age and
I
shit.
mean, my dad never had a catch with me, but
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of weird.
yeah,
like-
being that old and having a kid.
Like you're like almost like their grandparent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, on the plus side, though, he could definitely teach you how to fuck a couch.
I mean, hey, I mean, especially nowadays, 50 is the new fucking 30. I mean,
People are having children later and later in life.
50
but,
is
like,
young, dude. It is.
It is young.
I know, but it's not. But then when you're 70 and your kid's like just
21.
graduating
Yeah,
high school,
that-
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
Yeah, but 50 is like, you can have a kid at 50.
I don't know about having a kid at 50.
But you
dude.
have to think like yeah, it's young at 50, but when you have to think about in the next 20 years.
Exactly.
It's not
Like,
young
not
to have a
just-
kid. It's young to enjoy your life and live your life, but not young to have a
Yeah.
kid because, like they're saying, you're 68 years old when they're 18.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not cool.
It's
Yeah.
crazy to think. Like my dad, I think was born in 65. My brother's born in 91. So my dad had 3 kids by the time he was 26. That's
Yeah, I
like
was just gonna say.
5 years ago.
Yeah,
My father was 41 when I was born.
Like I had my son at 23. My buddy just had kids when he was like 36, 38. And I look at the difference in parenting, right? Like obviously like at both ages you don't know what the fuck you're doing. There's like no book on how to parent a kid. But as far as like my son and my buddy, like I got like there's no books on how to parent a kid.
They are, but
Motherfucker.
like
there's books, but
every
they're all
situation's
bullshit.
different.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just
parenting for dummies.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna learn from that, but
Yeah.
the point is that him interacting with his child was a lot different from me. Like I was 23, full of energy, doing mad shit, and like now like life is kind of taking over for him. He's older, less energy, you know what I'm saying, working full time. So like I think like being a younger parent was definitely better than like looking at myself now and having a kid now at 38 years old. You know, I think
Yeah.
23 was the way to go.
If you could
Like-
handle it, like financially and
I
emotionally,
couldn't handle it. I just went through it, dude.
My
Yeah,
my
I'm
I'm
sister.
saying you got through it though.
I'm built different. That's
I
why.
feel like no one's
You're
ever
an
really
expert
ready to have a kid, you know? It's something.
I think that's why
crazy.
people are having children later
Yeah.
though, so that they are ready.
and
So
more established financially and stuff.
Exactly.
Because like kids aren't cheap, and you want to be able to take care of them properly.
they're
That's why-
fucking freeloaders,
But in like the
bro.
80s, everyone's parents are just, like my dad. I have 4 siblings, 2 brothers, 2 sisters. He had us all by the time he was 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You know?
crazy.
My,
But it was good though, because I turned 21. He was like 45. We had mad fun.
Yeah.
Energetic. We had a great time.
Yep.
That's a big thing. Like my older sister got married. She was 26 or 27. Her husband was already like 41 years old. By the time they had kids, he was already like in his mid 40s and shit. And like that was one of her chief complaints. Like he doesn't do nothing with the kid. He's got no energy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time or like interest or energy to go run around with them,
Yeah.
have a catch, and
your mind state too. Like since I was a young father, I was still kind of like a kid. So like I did fun shit with my
because you
son.
want to do it too.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
just
a big
Fuck
thing.
yeah,
Right.
let's go to Disney.
Yeah, you want to go
Yeah.
sleigh riding, bro? Let's fucking do it. Yo,
Yeah.
grab onto the back of his bumper. Let's go,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, you could both be idiots together. When you're fucking 49 and you're like close to retirement, like this guy was, he's like, I don't want to go have a catch. I don't want to watch Disney. You don't want
Yeah,
to do
I
that
want to have
shit.
a beer and watch some football.
Exactly, and that's not good for a kid, you know.
No.
No, but
Yeah,
I feel like
50's
some
definitely
people.
old for a kid.
I feel like some people get energy from it though. Like I've heard like people saying like how their kids like
Keeping them young.
they come home and like they could have a shit day at work and then like their little kid's like so excited to see them and like lights up and it's like you get like you're like I'm home now and like I'm happy to be home because
Oh yeah.
this kid's been waiting for me all day to
Yeah,
get
when
home.
you're a parent, like 5 or 6 is a great age because like you're fucking Superman to that kid. No matter what you do, bro, you lay a nasty fart out, dude.
Yo, kids love
the
farts.
kid loves it, man. Do it again, Dad. Do it again.
Fart.
That happened this morning. My daughter was laying in bed. I farted. She thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Oh,
It's funny.
I'm 37 and I'm still not qualified to be a dad.
Do you not want to have kids? Are
No,
you at
I
the point
don't.
where you
I don't.
definitely don't?
I haven't wanted to. Like
When did you make that decision that you're like, I'm not having kids anymore?
it's pretty early actually.
Really?
I've known for a while I didn't want to have children.
Yeah, same for my wife. My wife is.
I raised my nephew basically,
Mhm.
you know, and that was great for me. So I kind of got that experience and I loved it. But
What made you not want to have kids?
Honestly, probably the way I grew up.
And probably your nephew too, seeing how he grew up and like the shit that he went through. I mean, that was like the same for my wife.
100%.
Like, her nephew went through similar experience that like your nephew went through.
Yeah.
She saw what I went through with my son, and she's just like, I don't want to deal with this shit.
No, I mean, I know what I would live through. I wouldn't want to do that. And like I've watched, like it's like a legacy of fucking losers. You know what I mean? Like you see like people just like repeat the same mistakes of the shit that they went through.
Yeah.
And I refuse to do that. I'm not gonna like perpetuate that cycle. I always said if I ever were to have children, I would have to know it's with the right person, that I'm financially set, mentally set. Like, cause I don't want to put a kid through that. And seeing like, you know, knowing what I went through, seeing what happened with my nephew, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, it's a responsible choice you made.
Yeah,
Man.
I don't want to perpetuate the cycle. And I hear from everybody like, wow, you'd make a great dad. I see how you are with your uncle. I mean, your uncle.
Nephew.
Your nephew and like other people's kids and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, I can give those motherfuckers back.
Right.
Yeah. That's like everyone's answer. Like, yeah, it's awesome, but I can give them back.
Yeah.
You know, and not that I love kids. I really do. I fucking love kids. Like, but I just like the weight of that is heavy on me, and it would break my fucking heart to have to, if it was my own son, like seeing what's gone on with my nephew, or like if you have a kid with the wrong person, you're tethered to that person for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
And if they have leverage over you, they use people that use children as pawns and leverage are the biggest pieces of shit in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not helping. Your job should be to make sure the kid's happy, not use a kid to fuck somebody you don't like over.
Yeah.
If you do that, you're a fucking piece of shit.
100%, bro. It goes on more than people know.
So much.
Yeah.
I've watched it. Dude, it happened to me with my nephew. I had my nephew used against me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, a lot of
if that was my
parents do
own
that.
kid, forget it. I'd be in fucking prison.
Yeah.
I almost went to prison over that.
Yep.
You know? Like, I just couldn't. I would never be able to live like that. I wouldn't be able to live under somebody else's thumb like that because they had that leverage over me.
Yeah.
You know?
They do that, man. A lot of
Maybe that's
times.
a shitty reason, but it's a big one for me.
Yeah.
What about you, T? When them kids coming?
I don't know.
Next year, baby. Next year.
I definitely
Papa T
intend
in
on
the
having
house.
children. I always thought I would be a father, so I'm definitely gonna have kids.
You being
and
all right, father.
And Taylor's on board too, but we just had like the little wedding. She has her wedding dress and shit, so I don't know. She doesn't want to get all big and shit and not be able to fit in it.
Yeah, she's trying to fit in that wedding
So
dress.
we're gonna wait till we have like, you know, a bigger wedding, probably like next June, and then I don't know. Got to figure it out.
We all
But
better be invited, motherfucker.
You'll be there.
Jits
Fuck
and Tits
yeah.
wedding.
Jits and
We'll do a
Tits.
podcast
Yeah,
at
podcast
the wedding.
live from the wedding.
We're running live at T Car's wedding.
Terrence, you about to get married. Damn.
For real.
They're starting to open shit up a little bit with the weddings now. They said like up to 150 people, which is crazy because
If
the
you can
cases
have
haven't
You're
really.
150,
fine, dude.
like,
What do you know, 6 people?
All right, Dave won't be at the wedding.
It's crazy how they're opening up a little and allowing 150. Like, you'll allow 150, but not 250. What's the fucking
Yeah,
difference?
like,
Yo,
how do you draw that?
22,000 people are going to be at the Super Bowl today.
Oh, really?
crazy.
Well,
But you
that's
can't have
cool,
a
though.
22,000
wedding.
people?
22,000
Well, it's in
fucking
Florida.
people.
Dude,
I know.
Florida is awesome. Andrew Schultz, he's
They're
down
awesome.
there now, and he posted like on his Instagram. He was like, "Thank you so much, like great state of like Florida, like free state, letting me like put my antibodies like to work." He's like, "I'm down here, and it is like pre-corona times, like no mask, no social distancing, people just like living life and having a good." It makes me want to fucking go there. It makes me want to move there.
Yeah.
Like just being able to live like a somewhat normal life. So
Yep.
I'm curious about Dave's like Texas trip and to see like what his experience is going to be like down there. Because I hopefully like, I mean, you'll feel great if you're down there for a week living life normal. You might not fucking come back.
Dude, he's gonna feel great and come back like 15 pounds heavier from all that Texas food.
That barbecue fucking
Yeah,
shit.
brisket, baby.
Chubby D coming
Chubby
back.
D.
What's up, Remy? When you popping them out?
He ain't popping shit out.
Not anytime soon.
No.
But you plan like one day having children, or you're not sure?
I mean,
You're not
You're going to
against
conceive a
it?
kid while on mushrooms?
No, he tried that once before.
kid will come out super smart.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, I mean, like, I kind of want, like, it would be nice to have a kid, like, someone to come hunting with me and shit like that, like a little, like, fucking friend.
Instead
he
of getting
could-
a retriever,
yeah,
he's
he could
gonna
be like
have
your
this little
dog, your
fucking
kid.
toddler.
That's
Go
like
get that
Joe,
dog.
Joe
Go get
Dirt.
that dog, kid. Go get that
Yeah,
dog.
well, I mean, it's man funny because that's how I grew up hunting. It's like with my friend, and he, like, I was kind of like a little kid, you know, compared to him. He was like in his 40s, and I started when I was like 13. So he would be like, "Oh, you know, go get this, go get that," you know, and I'm like, "Okay, like I'll fucking
Yeah.
get it." So it's like I could see how that'd be like cool, just to have a friend to hang out with all the time, like especially if he likes to do
Yo,
that.
and somebody that you mold.
Yeah,
It's great when you
exactly.
sit there and you're molding your child. They're having same facial expressions as you, maybe saying the same things as you.
Yeah.
You know, it's dope.
My kid's gonna be a fucking idiot.
Are you
If
gonna
I mold him-
remove the teeth?
Yeah, he's just never gonna get teeth.
No.
I'll have teeth in 2 weeks, so I don't know, like 2 podcasts. I'll be no more lisp.
Yeah, shout out to the dentist, bro.
It's pretty depressing though. T card, no teeth.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's not really gonna be funny anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna be trash, dude. Luigi wants to get a blowjob before I get the teeth put back in.
Now that you bring it up,
He has no teeth. He has no teeth. Brooke, he has no teeth. I want to fuck him.
God. Yo, shout out to the internet, man. Before I came here today, I was like in a rabbit hole of like little kids getting hurt videos.
Oh, kids getting hurt on Instagram.
That's my favorite page on Instagram.
Yo, is it funny, bro?
Girls getting hurt is great.
Girls getting hurt. Drunk people doing stupid things.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the internet, man. I wish I had this shit when I was growing up.
So many dumbass people.
I had fucking America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, that was a show.
There was some funny shit.
There was, but the
Bob
internet,
Saget.
Bob Saget. But the internet kills it, dude.
Yeah, you don't got to look underneath the fucking the bathroom sink for the Playboy anymore.
No,
I still watch Ridiculousness. You guys watch that, right? It's
Yeah.
on every night.
I like Tosh too.
But yo, all they're doing is the same shit. They're just going onto the internet, finding funny ass videos and putting it on TV, bro. Yeah. It's like ridiculous. I love watching like all these people doing like stupid shit, like trick shots.
Yeah.
Those are cool shit. Have you ever watched a video on YouTube? It's just called "Awesome People of 2021."
Yeah,
it's the coolest fucking video.
It's amazing.
Dude, it's like 30 minutes of people just doing the coolest
their ping pong
shit.
shots, the golf shots. I saw some
Triple
dude.
backflips off
I saw some dude
Verrazano.
throw a fucking like a game right into a Wii console and shit.
Yeah. He's like throwing the disc.
You ever see that guy, what's his name, Brody Smith?
With the frisbee.
Right, with the frisbee?
Dude,
he is insane.
Yeah.
And it's not even just the frisbee. Now he's like doing other like footballs, basketball, like other like objects that he's throwing. But like, I mean, with a frisbee, he is like.
I love throwing the frisbee. I was telling Terrence yesterday, man. Like this summer we got
You're
to
good?
Oh, dude.
Can Jam.
Yeah,
you don't want to see me in Can Jam.
And cornhole. I love
They
cornhole
named that
too.
game after me. That's what it came down to.
Yo, we should have a
tournament.
Little
Jits and Tits tournament.
Yeah, at the beach.
Live after 5.
Yo, I want to know. You know, they have like all the trick shots. Do they have something like that, like a trick shot, like
called
a porn
oil
category? Porn category?
I saw like a
double
video. I saw a video.
backflip into the pile driver.
Yeah, like some
throwing
shit like
dildos.
that.
Luigi,
20 yards.
I'll show you this video after this. I
Right
saw
in
a
that girl's
video
puss.
of a girl like bent over like a chair or something, and the dude had a dildo on a drone. He flew it right into her pooter.
Yes, that's what I mean. So there is videos like that out there. All right.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah, she was on the car in the field.
Yeah, and then he just like it's like zzz,
And the dildo's like hanging below the drone. He just smashes her in the ass with it.
Yo, but all these trick shots just proves that these people have no lives, dude. I mean,
I
how
fuck
many
with trick shots.
how many
Hours
takes
and
though? That's what
hours
I'm
and
saying, man. I'd
hours.
rather be chilling with
It's
you
fun.
boys than
Yeah.
sitting at my house with a fucking.
I mean, but
thing
look
of
at this
ping
guy
pong.
doing
I don't
trick
know. I
shots.
think
He's a
I'd rather be
millionaire.
flying the drone into some fucking.
Yeah, well,
some just
how many
flying.
takes did that take? One.
You never know.
Yeah, but this guy does that
Fucking
all
puts it in
day.
her butt first.
he's
She's
rich.
like, whoa, you lost, bro.
Wrong hole.
Like Ronnie's saying, that guy's loaded now though. That guy
Who?
Brody.
Oh
Brody
yeah,
Smith.
yeah.
And he's
I
got a
don't know him.
smoking
I
hot
gotta
girlfriend.
look it
Oh, he
up.
does.
Yeah. She's like a I want to say like a Dallas cheerleader or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on.
Is
He was
she
on
the
like,
one that took the dildo from the drone?
No. I don't know.
I gotta see
maybe.
that video, dude.
I gotta see that.
I really want to see that. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
curious.
We might have to look-
pull
we
that
might have
up.
to look that up. We might have
Oh,
to
did
look
you?
it up.
Oh, I got you.
The drone in puss. Is that what you Googled?
Yeah, yeah.
Just go to Pornhub and type in drone dildo.
Dildo.
Yo, and those drone races, you ever see those people flying the drones?
Yeah.
Those guys whip them things around the course.
Yeah, where I hunt, there's actually a drone, or it's like a helicopter, like field that they drive. I mean, anything from drones to like those planes. You know,
Yeah,
like
but that's a field. These guys drive drones through a course.
yeah, no, it's a course.
Oh, it's a course.
Yeah, that they set up. It's an open field, but they set up a course in it.
That's dope.
And like I've actually watched it a couple times from the tree stand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those things whip, bro.
Whew,
Those
fast.
They whip.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, Terrence is pulling up this fucking video.
What do we got for Get Your Weight Up, Not Your Hate Up today, boys?
Dildo drones.
Oh, she's like an traffic controlling it right now.
Oh my God. Yo, is that a drone? That looks like a fucking like helicopter.
Yeah, that's a drone.
That's a drone.
Don't worry, we can see over here.
Get in
Yeah.
there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to share it the best I can.
Yeah, you're not doing a
Well,
good
the people
job.
listening can't see it, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really. Oh, there you go. Luigi,
Oh,
my
wow.
man.
Oh, this is soft, dude. I thought he was like going like full speed.
Yeah, I thought it
No,
going-
there was this is a different video, but I don't care. I'm not gonna complain.
This is hysterical.
She got a clean snatch. She's
Dude,
pretty hot.
she looks worried. Clean
She looks
snatch.
worried.
All right,
Look at-
over under. Does it
Let's see
go in
this.
or
Let's see
not?
that.
Goes right in.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
this guy. Ooh,
Nope, he
ooh,
backed
ooh.
up.
He's teasing her.
He backed up.
Oh my
Yep.
God, it's working.
It's in.
Oh,
Yep. Good job, dude.
Can
Good
you-
fucking job.
Can you get her name?
Get her on the podcast?
Luigi's gonna
please?
jerk off to that later.
Yeah, yeah. that's what I want.
www.organs.com.
That's so
I don't
funny.
even have that good of aim.
Yeah.
I miss on the first shot almost every time.
the other one was funnier. The guy came in like hot and just like launched right into it. I gotta find that one.
It was like
what
a
I-
mistake.
That's what I thought we were gonna be watching. Something like fucking aggressive.
All right, what do we got for Get Your Weight Up, Not Your Hate Up?
Got anything, boys?
I mean, we aired out the
I
good
already
fight.
said, I already said mine.
People playing
the good
music.
I got something. People who think it's okay to just show up with a fucking guitar wherever they are and just start playing.
and singing their fucking hearts out.
You know, you're at a party, you're on the beach, you're at a fucking kava bar, and this asshole just goes, "Hey, I got a guitar in my car. I'm gonna come and just play for everybody." Like, dude, no one wants to hear you play.
You were like, the kid started strumming the guitar, and Sean's like, "Are you trying to piss me off? Is that what you're doing? Because it's working." And then the kid was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "I hate live music." And the girl's like, "Oh, come on, you're just giving him a hard time." And then the kid stopped for like 5 minutes, and then he started playing again. He's like, "We could play any song. Name a song." And we named something stupid. And he's like, "Name a popular song." And then Nick said Pop Smoke. And then this kid starts singing this like emo song, like singing his heart out, like, "My girl left me, I still love her, but she doesn't love me anymore."
You know why she left him?
Because
Because he fucked the couch.
cornball. And Sean just like went off on this guy. He's like, "You're being fucking rude. No one wants to hear this shit." And the kid's like, "I don't think we're bad." He's like, "I'm not saying you're bad, but this isn't the fucking place for it. You can't just come in here."
Yeah, I gotta say that's even like when you guys had the live music, like that's the one thing I like about actually coming here to the Kava Bar, is it's not like a regular bar. Like we can sit here, have a conversation like this, and not listen to fucking music that's blasting. You know. So now when people do come in here, and like, or just anywhere for that matter, and like think it's okay to just have a fucking show in the middle.
sesh.
Yeah, a little jam session in the middle. Like, you know, why don't I bring fucking mats and we'll just start, drilling on a Friday
It was
night.
like we were saying last night, man. It's like us coming in here with a speaker, connecting our phone to the speaker, and just chilling out, playing whatever music we fucking want, regardless of who's in here, who's not in here. It's like, come on, man, take a back seat with that fucking guitar.
Like someone came in here like a week ago and just, I think he just looked at Sean and just started singing to him. Straight to Sean. And then he's like, "Yeah, dude, he just came to me." You could tell the story.
So we were sitting here one night, and it was closing. I'm pretty sure it was the dude from last night. And it was last call, about 1 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's paying their check, and the guy comes up and starts asking me about, like, open mics and stuff. I was like, "Yeah, we used to do it." I said, "It didn't really go over well." I said, "Because the place is pretty small. So when someone plays a guitar or singing, like, it's in everybody's ear. There's really nowhere to escape it." So I said, we tried it. We really haven't done it since, the pandemic started. So I started explaining to the guy, and he looks me dead in the eye and goes, "But I'm really good." I said, I don't doubt it. And he goes, "I get paid for this stuff." I said, "Okay, so you asked me to pay you? Like, I'll pay you to go away." So he says, "No." He's like, he goes, "I used to have a following." So, okay.
Used to.
He's, "Well," I was a street performer in New York City, and I used to do really well. I'm like, "Dude, you're panhandling. That's not doing really well." So he's trying to convince me that he's great, and I just kept telling him, like, "All right." So what I told him was, "You got to talk to one of the owners." And I gave him not the owner that says yes to everything. I gave him the owner that's going to tell him no right to his fucking face. So then he looks at me, and he's still not satisfied with the answer, so he goes, "Let me sing for you," staring directly in my face now. And I'm like, "There's nobody else in this place." He goes, "What song do you want to hear?" I said, "I don't want to hear any song. I want you to close out your check and get the fuck out of here." He starts singing in the middle of a song, and I'm staring at him like, "What am I supposed to do now?" So I just kept looking at him, and he kept going. So I said, "All right, dude, that's enough." He goes, "No, I'm not done with the song yet."
Holy shit.
It was the most awkward 37 seconds I've ever had in my life.
37 seconds.
And then we were here
More
last
awkward than the
night.
couch.
That was a lot shorter than 37 seconds.
And then we were here last night, and it was just me and Sean at the bar, and then this guy comes in, sits two chairs down from me, right? Sean looks over to me, he goes, "That's the guy who was singing." I'm like,
no.
"Oh, was it?" Now I'm going to get him to sing to Sean. So I'm like, "Hey, Sean, when are we going to bring live music back?" Sean's looking at me like, "Don't start." And the guy's like, "Yeah, oh, you like live music?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's really
Love
just
it.
hard to find good talent nowadays. Like, no one knows how to sing. Like, I'm
Oh,
trying
you
to get this
sold
guy to
this
sing."
Just shit
motherfucker.
stir.
Sean just walks into the back. It was fucking hilarious. And he goes, "Oh, you're into live music," picks up his shit, sits directly next to me. I'm like, "No, that's not what this is about."
Backfire.
I'm like, "Damn, I got to go hold this table down." So I just came over here. It was
Yeah,
fucking hysterical.
it's rude, dude. That's what it comes down to. It's rude, inconsiderate.
Especially if you're not good. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, even if you are good, who's into that? You know, you might not be into that music. You know, so fuck it.
If they're playing outdoors and you could be far enough away from them, like I'm not gonna complain about it. But in here, like when they used to have the live music, it was loud as fuck. Like we couldn't even hear ourselves think.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie though. Like, there's nothing better than having someone who plays really good acoustic guitar and they're in the corner playing low. I love that. Like, that's cool shit. When they're just doing cover on acoustic, it's one guy, not 3 jerk offs, fucking doing My Chemical Romance.
But I mean, not even just like music, or how about like people who watch shit on their phone in the middle of like say a coffee shop and it's fucking blasting.
Yeah, I can't stand
like,
that. That bothers me.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Like you'll be having a conversation and then all of a sudden they start like looking at a video like someone else and you can't even fucking. Oh, I hate that.
I used to
Yeah,
hate when
it's
people
so
would
annoying.
walk around like having a conversation on their phone on speaker.
Yeah. Oh my God. Everyone, what's with the fucking FaceTime now? Everyone uses that and they're like sitting here like having conversations. I'm like, bro, just call them.
Dude, I'm a texter. I text.
I don't FaceTime, but I always pick up. Like Dave will FaceTime me when I don't show up. I don't show up to this place one night and Dave like FaceTime me like, yo, where the fuck you at, bro?
I FaceTimed
mad?
you right after.
Yeah, this shit's so funny.
I'm a big fan of the FaceTime.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably great with like your daughter and stuff.
Well, yeah, that too. But
And
like, I'll
you make
FaceTime
chicks?
Rock. I'll FaceTime Marcus. Like, I'm into the FaceTime.
Dicks out.
We don't want to know what your FaceTime with Mac is.
Yeah, it's got to be weird.
Dude, look at this bump on my dick.
Do you think I should get this looked at?
You ever see that funny?
While we're taking shits, just tearing them. You know.
You ever see that funny video of the guy who just goes in public all the time? It's like a prank on YouTube, and he just puts porn on his laptop like normal, and then everyone's reactions around is fucking hysterical.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Shit.
I got another thing about fucking rude people. Like, you see the kids now, especially when the snow right now, bunch of lazy motherfuckers. None of them want to come out and shovel anyone's driveway. You like,
Hit me up.
did we? Oh,
It's all right. Go off, King.
Go off. Go off.
Go off, King.
no,
Let
just
him
like
know.
the fucking the guy in the snowplow. I was telling you guys a story. The guy stuck in a snowplow in the truck. He's got to shovel himself out. It was like a 20-something-year-old kid goes up to the guy and says, "Hey, when you're done shoveling your truck out, can you come shovel? Can you come plow my driveway?" Not even offering the guy fucking help.
Yeah, meanwhile the guy's stuck. He's probably got to be like a million other places.
Yeah,
to
we all,
be,
and
like-
we all wear masks for each other too because we care about each other.
Is this
right?
the same guy that you texted Remy about? You're like, yo, come dig this guy out and then do my driveway after.
No. There was a woman who
No,
started
no, that
shoveling,
was-
and Luigi was going.
No,
Luigi
that was
on his
the
way out.
no, that was my the lady across the street from me. She was a little like she's a little older. I see her. I'm on the way. I had to go somewhere or whatever, and like she's all. I know she's all by herself. So I did actually go. She wasn't even done. Like 3 hours later when I got home, I did actually go and help her finish the rest of it.
So, Nick, you got anything else? Anyone got anything else?
I mean, I got a question of the day from Lisa if you guys want it.
Let's hit it.
Let's hear it real quick.
So Lisa texted me a question of the day. All right, so you're on a plane. The shit crashes. The friend to the right of you, you both are in Alaska. Your friend and your dog. you and your friend are seriously injured and can't collect food. 2 days into this, your friend dies. Your only choice is to eat your friend or your dog. What do you do?
Eat the dog.
Eat the dog.
Yeah.
But your friend dies though.
I'm looking.
Oh.
I'm looking to the right of me, Sean. It's been nice knowing you.
For a couple weeks.
Well, Terrence was to the right of me, so I'm probably eating my dog.
Yeah.
My dog's a little bigger than Terrence.
I mean, Remy eats really good food, so he's probably full of deer meat and all kind of fucking shit.
You guys are thinking about this wrong. Unless I misunderstood the question, right? If I eat Luigi, the dog lives.
no, so your buddy dies. Your friend dies.
See,
So
regardless.
yeah, he died. He's
Yeah.
dead. So
But
it's
the
you.
dog's alive, right?
Yeah, it's you and your dog
I'm
now.
eating fucking
Oh,
Luigi.
yeah.
I'm keeping the dog to help me.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the
I didn't
fuck?
know that.
I'm eating my dog, dude.
No, why?
Terrence is like shit. Look at him.
Nah, I'm definitely
I'm
Remy's gonna be a filet
He's
mignon.
dead. Yeah, I'm eating Luigi because he's dead, and I'm keeping the dog to help me.
Are
and
you gonna
keep me
start with
company.
the asshole?
Absolutely.
I missed the question because I was in the shitter. What's the question?
I'll come back to life if he doesn't start from there.
So it's you, me, and your dog on an island. I die. Are you eating me for food or your dog for food? You're
I'm not
injured.
eating my dog ever. I would starve before I ate my fucking
So
dog.
you eating Ronnie?
What? I can't eat like some coconuts or some
No,
shit.
you
There's
can't
not-
collect. You're
there's-
injured. You can't collect food. You're in Alaska. You can't collect food. You're injured.
I'll
Ronnie
eat snow
dies.
if I'm in Alaska.
I die.
R.I.P. kid.
You're not eating them?
I don't know about
I'm
cannibalism.
packing
I don't know what humans
Ronnie's
even taste
asshole
like.
full of snow and
Dude,
get
you're
busy.
dead. You're
No,
dead. Ronnie's already dead. Are you gonna eat him or eat your dog?
I guess I'd eat Ronnie. He's already dead. Why would I kill my one companion? You know, that could be like your sanity. You ever see that movie, what is it, I Am Legend with Will Smith, where like the whole world goes to shit and it's just him and his dog? And then his dog dies and he fucking like...
This shit was like based on a true story too, I think.
I Am Legend?
No, this question.
Oh.
There's an airplane that crashed. And like
They made a movie about it. It's called Alive. It was like the Argentinian soccer team that crashed in the Andes Mountains.
Yeah, they were
Oh.
putting
Yeah,
like
dude.
meat from their buddies like
Yeah.
on like pieces of metal in the sun to cook.
Yeah.
They were
Damn,
eating each
that's
other.
crazy. You guys ever
I
see...
would do that.
Hu-
I'm actually I wonder like what human tastes
Oh
like.
God, Remy.
Yeah, Remy wants to kill anything.
It's not supposed. So there's
We know what Remy's hunting next.
There's like a biological thing to keep you from being a cannibal because there's a protein called prions that, like, if you digest them, they fucks you up. It makes you sick and starts to fucks with your brain and shit. Fucks you up.
Really?
Yeah.
But people are
People do it,
cannibals.
but like if you consume too much of it, that's done like as a biological protection to keep us from like
eating each other.
Yeah.
Sean, you eat me or you eating the dog, dude?
I'm definitely eating you.
Yeah.
I agree with Remy. Like I would love to know what a human tastes like.
Yeah, like
It's just if there was like an eclectic restaurant and they're like, yeah, we have
There
people
is.
there is.
Yeah, there's
Where
one
is
in the city apparently.
How do you think the
No.
coronavirus? What the
serious.
fuck they're doing in China?
You have to donate your body to them? Like, I don't
I
understand.
know.
How do you
They-
get in like
dude,
the
there's a whole-
human meat
Google
market?
It. There's a
they're
restaurant.
Human.
Yeah, it's a cannibal fucking restaurant, and
There's
they
no
explain
way.
how they get there
I'm calling
in the
bullshit.
city. I'm dead serious, dude. I saw it. There's a website for it.
You
Sure,
read
yeah.
that in the Quran?
You want to go?
GTS.
Yo, did you guys ever see 147 Hours, James Franco, about the guy who's hiking like out west? I want to say like Utah
Cuts
or
his
something.
arm off.
He gets stuck. He gets wedged into
Oh, and
like a
cut
rock,
his arm,
and he
yeah.
had to cut his own arm off. Could you imagine? Because like there's like a thing like you can't harm yourself. Like there's something.
Yeah, like
there's
you
like
can't
a
bite your tongue off.
Exactly. Like you can't bite your tongue off. And this dude had to cut his arm off with like a dull Leatherman like Swiss Army knife.
It's different though when you have to do it to save your life.
To say- no,
life or death. I'm
But
sure.
I'm saying, could you imagine how hard that is to like cut your fucking arm off with
Why
like a
don't you just
dull
cut your
short
throat
blade?
and fucking die?
Well, I don't know. The
I
guy's
cut- I
the
cut
guy's
my arm off to
inspirational
save the body.
because he got a movie made about him. He's probably like a fucking motivational speaker, not giving up. I don't know.
But I mean, you're gonna.
I have a hard time cutting my throat too.
I don't know if.
I
Yeah,
have a hard
but I
time
mean,
cutting my toenails, so I don't think I cut my arm off.
I don't know, dude. Like cutting your own fucking arm off. You
Yeah,
know,
dude, it's
wild.
tough.
yeah. I
But he
don't know
did
if I
it
could
and he
do that.
survived and he's fucking
Especially like,
doing well.
all right, if it was a sharp like fillet knife,
That-
maybe
where it was like once you
Right.
got to go through the bone,
yeah,
through all the muscle,
But I'm
and
saying
it's like
this dude had a fucking. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like a shitty knife, right?
yeah, it was.
think
Like,
it
I think
was.
it was just like a Leatherman Swiss Army knife. Like
Yeah.
it's like a butter knife.
Yeah.
How do you get through the bone though with that thing?
I don't know, bro.
I guess like
Yeah, it's-
once all the meat's off around it, you could just
Oh my
Oh God,
goodness.
break it.
shit.
Did
That
did he
shit's
did he
nasty.
take the arm with him? Like
I don't think.
How
No,
do
I
you-
think
how
it
do
was
you
so
know? You
wedged
can't- you
wedged in
can't
the
get
rock.
He couldn't get the arm out. It was
Oh,
wedged
right.
again. Yeah, one last time, fucking you.
Yeah,
Right in the bone
you
marrow.
fucking you hump your hand like the couch cushion like right before you like walk away.
Yes, I think this restaurant's
Bullshit.
yeah, and he
Maybe in another country.
Yeah, it says, don't believe the hoax about New York restaurants serving human flesh.
Yeah, Dave's a boomer, dude. He fucking believes everything he reads on the internet.
Listen,
Okay,
there
boomer.
was a real place. It wasn't like a
Yeah, it's-
operational. It wasn't like a legal thing.
Oh, it was like
Yeah.
an
It said
underground.
the restaurant,
Oh.
simply called Skin, received a license after petitioning the state government over laws against cannibalism.
I'm saying what they're just like digging
a
up
name.
bodies.
It
like,
wasn't
oh,
like
for the
the
restaurant,
restaurant,
long
though.
and hard to be able to serve human meat in our restaurant, and they finally conceded that we're in the right.
I don't think they did. What I remember reading about it was like an underground thing, but like somebody found it. Somebody like went and they found an actual thing of the menu and like a
Wow.
whole disclaimer about how they.
What a name though for the restaurant.
Skin.
I don't know if
Skin?
that's the right one, but
I would name it
I
meat.
remember.
I just
reading
want to know
about it.
where the fuck do you get human meat
That's
from?
what I'm saying. Did people like
They had a whole
donate their
explanation
bodies
behind where
almost?
they got it from. Yeah, they had an explanation about where they acquired the meat and like.
Was it
how
locally
let's-
sourced? Grass fed humans?
You
Dry
get like a
aged?
picture of like the person you're eating.
Yeah,
like,
this
can you
is
see
Susie.
who-
Sushi.
She died 2 weeks ago.
She's a
Yeah.
scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Scorpion. Mortal Kombat.
She enjoyed long walks on the beach.
Do they butcher it
Candlelight
like any other type of animal?
I have no idea how they even go.
Imagine
about
being a
that.
butcher for that.
Oh my god,
You would love that,
Nah,
You'd have to be fucked up.
Yeah,
dude.
you gotta be a fucked up individual to do that.
Yeah.
Damn, I wonder what piece of the human I'd be going for.
How
Definitely
much would
the
they
dick.
charge for that?
Oh, to butcher a human or for like
To
the
eat,
plate?
like, to
It
eat,
it
like, to
depends.
eat a plate.
It depends.
Like, how
yo.
much?
I would
much you
guess it's
charging-
expensive. As
Yeah, like
fuck.
how
don't know
much
if
you
it
gotta
was a
pay to
steak-
eat like a human liver?
If it was
or
a
something.
steak from Terrence, it couldn't be that expensive.
Hey, this is fucking organic beef right here, kid.
Yeah, I don't know. That's fucked up.
Yeah, like
Weird.
if they're vegan or something, like does it cost extra?
Right? Yeah.
That's mayhem. I don't know. That's not something I think I'd ever want to try
No.
unless it was
I'd be
absolute
curious.
necessity. Yeah, just
Yeah,
take like
just
a little
like-
bite.
Little
I mean,
tidbit or
yeah.
whatever those things are called.
Steak tidbits.
Yeah, a little
Little
person.
Terry tidbit.
Terry tidbit.
Backstraps
I love how we always go back into killing Terrence.
Yeah.
or raping me. Either raping, like how's it?
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God, you
one
killed
turns
Terry.
into the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
raping or killing
I
Terrence.
either get raped or killed off every fucking week. We're
Or-
friends like you guys. Who needs enemies?
All right, boys. We're hour and 49 minutes into this puppy.
Fuck yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Nah, we weren't eating the dog. Remember?
All right.
Go follow Jits and Tits Instagram.
And we got the merch coming in. Should
Merch
be any
coming
day now.
Yeah,
Stickers.
Remy, where's that merch at? Thought it was this week.
What the fuck? You think I'm making it in my backyard, bro? I'm
Damn.
waiting on fucking. Should I drop the name?
No, don't drop the name. You'll go follow the Instagram and catch us on Spotify.
Spotify,
And YouTube.
Pandora, YouTube.
Yep.
Basically all the major ones.
Yeah.
Apple. What are they called now?
Music,
Apple Music,
I
or
think.
Yeah.
Apple
If you want a
Podcasts.
shirt or a sticker, DM us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Thanks
And,
for listening, yo.
As always, if you have a question of the day, shoot it over to us, and we'll answer, no matter how fucked up it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
the more
hit us-
fucked up, the better.
Yep.
Give
All
us
right.
your worst.
Peace.
Peace.
Ta-ta.